目の悪いやからあんたらなんかじゃダメなってもかなわクワブラクワブラクワブラ目にも飛ばない速さへくたればんダメだ魚の人そばガママへい速度気なジャムだ俺はもう一人のあなたサラちゃんケイちゃんワンツが読める国ワンダーランへいご祈祷中になんだが40分もあったら4尺4分4分3が神なっちゃバンガラへい呼ぶ声出してんなら文字通りお疲れ様やん入れた入れた入れた入れた入れた気にして入れた先で霧は入れただけど僕がうまく噛み合ったら痛みが重なったら心から頭見抜けたゆくなんか背中に今羽が生えたならば暗闇からさらば飛び立ってゆく彼方心から頭懐かしい暖かさ足元に今羽が生えたならば暗闇からさらば飛び立ってゆく彼方なんとただ生きるお前や君の中またのらや耳の中胸の奥についてるメロディーリズムに今日も背中割れど真ん中積み上げてくトップと鬼とチャンバラ The lyrical she's a massacre 渡る青なばら跳ね歌すぎシャララ払いたいのならマジでまでの札束誰が左手かバンドラあとは何があっても知らんから何百年待ったか超久しぶりの勝負だガキや若葉まだこっちこんじゃねえよバカが今確かに目があったなこういうことかよシャマラン入れた入れた入れた入れた入れた眠り上げて下げて君が待ってたただどこが肩を抱き合ったら怒りが消え去ったら心から頭見抜けてゆくなんだか背中に今羽が生えたならば暗闇からさらば飛び立ってゆく彼方心から頭懐かしい暖かさ足元に今羽が咲いたならば暗闇からさらば飛び立ってゆく彼方なんとただ生きるお前や君の中またのらや耳の中胸の奥についてるメロディーリズムに
Okay. My microphone wasn't working. Hiyo. Hiyo. I'm doing odd. Can you tell? Also, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, so I'm being very quiet. It's quiet time. Yippee! Now where's my... I'm drawing me for Sony. I don't know what I'm gonna name her yet. Not sure if I should. Brrr. I was like, wow, my hoodie is so big. And then my ears are fucking 10 times as big. Never mind. Never mind. I was gonna put my ears up. But then everything else is also really big. I want to get this done. So we're gonna be doing a wacky lucky. Well.
Imagine going on a trip with your friends, but then all of a sudden, the car broke down and now you're lost in the middle of nowhere. Just
I
when
love
you
this
thought
game.
there's no one there to help you, an old man appears all of a sudden who offers food and shelter. Everything seems normal until you discover its dark secret. That's basically what happened in Mermaid Swamp. Developed by Uri, Mermaid Swamp is an RPG Maker horror game that follows Rin and her 3 friends on a road trip but finds themselves lost in a mountain. Luckily, an old man happens to stumble on them and offers them food and shelter, but things took a dark turn when one of them was afflicted with the mermaid's curse, and slowly, Each one of them was affected by it. It's up to Rin to uncover the truth, otherwise all of them will die. The game was created back in 2013, and although it's not as popular as the Strange Man Anthology, another creation by Uri, it still managed to gain a niche fan base who loved the game. In 2019, the game received a remake along with an added voice acting, making it much more immersive to its already interesting story.
I really liked this game actually. I downloaded it so we could play it one time.
The game begins with Rin Yamazaki
I'm not sure when we
dreaming
should.
of being underwater. She sees a silhouette of a person and wonders who it is, but before she can do anything, Seitaro wakes her up, much to her annoyance. The two then argues for a little while before Seitaro realizes that the car isn't moving. When he asks Yuta where they are, Yuta just laughs nervously and tells them that they're lost. Frustrated by their situation, Rin volunteers to check the car to see if there's anything wrong with it. But to her frustration, she finds nothing wrong with the car. But just as she's about to get back inside, she notices an old man walking towards them. This old man is Yukio Tsuchida, and he's surprised to see Rin and the others out in the mountains. He asks them what they're doing there, and Rin explained that they're on a college trip but their car broke down and now they're lost. The old man then asks if they have anywhere to stay for the night, and Rin replies that they'll be staying in their car. This doesn't sit well with the old man, who feels pity for them being lost in an unfamiliar place, so he invites them to his house. After putting their bags down, the old man informs them that the dinner will be served later that evening. Until then, they're free to do whatever they like. Rin used this opportunity to interact with the others before exploring outside. While she's busy admiring the huge swamp in front of her, Rin noticed that there's a stone monument with something written on it. She tries reading it, but because she's too dumb to understand any of it, she only managed to make out a few words. Thankfully, the old man comes out and explains that the stone monument tells the legend of the Mermaid Swamp.
Hello! Hi, Duffley.
なんだじいさんかよ驚かせやがって
おっと、それは失礼。ところで、その石碑の言葉を読まれましたか？
いや読めなかった何が書いてあるんだ
この地に伝わるある伝説が書かれているのです。
Oh.
この人魚沼についての伝説がね。
伝説人魚沼
明治の中頃のお話です。私の家はその頃からこの辺りを治めていました。
Is this too much? I
山
think
々
this is
を持っ
fine.
ていたというだけですが、当時の当主の息子が山を下ったところの海浜で人魚を見つけたのです。
なんかしょっぱなからうさんくせえぞ
まあ伝説ですからね。それでその男は人魚のあまりの美しさに彼女をこの山の家まで持ち帰ったのです。生けすをこしらえてそこに人魚を住まわせました。生けすにはこの沼の水を入れていたそうです。だが海で暮らす人魚に沼の水が合うわけもなく、人魚はだんだんと衰弱していき、醜く変貌していきました。
They're pretty much talking about how,
肌は膨張し、
the mermaids.
鱗は剥がれ落ち、
It's a
鈴
legend.
の根のようだった声は獣のように枯れていったのです。
There you go. Now you guys can read it a little better.
やがて人魚はおぞましい
Can I move
姿
you
へと
over?
変わり
Yeah, I
果
can.
て死んでしまった。
That's better.
人魚の恨みはよほど深いものだったのでしょう。この付近の村では次々と若い娘が消えていった。皆は人魚のたたりだと噂しました。そうしてここに人魚を弔うための石碑が建てられたのです。
A pretty fascinating legend. Surely this won't come to haunt us, right? During dinner, while everyone is happily eating their meal, Yuka, for some reason, doesn't feel like
I don't
eating.
want it to be
She
white.
told everyone that she's tired and excused herself because she might have gotten a cold. And that seems to
Yeah,
be
that's
the case
subtle.
because the next morning, when Rin tries to wake her up, Yuka tells her that she's feeling cold and wants to rest a bit longer. Rin, being a good friend, let her rest and leaves to find the other. She finds both of them in the living room discussing how they're going to leave since they still haven't fixed the car. While they're pondering other ways to get out of there, the old man greets them and asks what's wrong. They explain their situation and ask him if they can stay a bit longer. The old man tells him that he doesn't mind them staying at his house since he'll be out of town for a few days and would love for someone to look after it. Either this old man has gone senile or he's just too damn nice. Because think about it, who would trust a complete stranger, let alone a group of people they just met, to watch after their house while they're away on a business trip? Something's up here, and it won't be long before things quickly go from bad to worse. That night, after everyone goes to sleep, Rin had a dream where she's once again underwater, except this time, she can move. She hears a sound from outside her room and found a strange dark figure entering Yuka's room. Rin follows it and sees the creature standing next to Yuka's bed, staring at her. Before she can do anything, the creature is seen entering Yuka's body. I'm pretty sure that's nothing, right? I mean, Yuka will be fine, right? It's not like she's going to... The sight of Yuka's bloated body made Rin screams in horror. Setaro, who appears after hearing her scream, is also horrified to see Yuka. There is no trace of their friend at all. All they're seeing is a huge bloated monstrous figure. Setaro immediately instructs Rin to call an ambulance, but when she tries to use the phone, there's no sound. The line has been cut off. And to make matters worse, the power has been out for quite some time already. Unwilling to give up, Setaro tries to get help from a nearby village, but with no luck, since the dense forest makes it hard for him to see where he's going. Not willing to risk getting lost in it, he has no choice but to return to the house and think about their next move. Since Yuka isn't in a terrible condition at the moment, Setaro suggests they search for a map so they'll know where they're going. Both of them agrees and start searching. At some point while searching for the map, Rin finds Yuta staring at a painting. She scolds him for messing around while she's trying her hardest. Yuta apologized, saying that he was searching for the map, but for some odd reason, the painting in this house intrigues him. Rin scolds him again, telling him that it was a dumb excuse and warns him to stop playing around. She then heads upstairs where she finds Setaro in the study room. Here, she expressed her concern for Yuka, but Setaro reassured her that she's fine and she should focus on finding the map. Remembering that Yuta was oddly intrigued by the painting in this house, she asked Setaro to explain what the painting meant. Setaro explained that all the paintings in his house depict Ophelia. Ophelia, for those who don't know, is a character in William Shakespeare's drama Hamlet. She tragically died by drowning. Interesting. The house is full of this painting. It's almost as if there's an underlying message here. Or maybe a foreshadowing, perhaps? After searching through the second floor and finding nothing except some old documents about fermentation, Rin decided to go downstairs to check on Yuta. Once again, she found him staring at the painting. She scolds him again, but instead of responding with anything else, he only said sorry and walked away. This clearly bothered Rin, who chased after him and asked what was wrong, but Yuta ignored her. She concluded that the pressure might have gotten to him, which explains his strange behavior. Resuming her exploration, Rin found a locked door on the second floor, and using the hair clip as a lockpick, she enters the room. Inside, she found a pot containing the key to the master's room. Since there's nothing more for her here, she exited the room just in time for Setaro to call her name. He handed her a lantern since it was about to get dark, and they could use some light. He also told her to pass the other one to Yuta, but that soon turned out to be a bad idea since Yuta was doing this.
Not safe for work warning.
Yuka.
What?
Disgusted by what Yuta was doing, Rin left the lantern outside and went to bed. However, she couldn't fall asleep because she's worried about Yuka. Unable to wait until the next morning, Rin decided to continue her exploration, hoping to find the map. But even though she kept searching, she still couldn't find it. All she could find was a letter addressed to Yukio Tsuchida. Judging by how it was written, the letter was definitely from his ex-wife. It details how the ex-wife was taking counseling because she was depressed. It also stated that Yukio had offered her something, possibly to return to his side, but the ex-wife asked for more time before she could make a decision. Lastly, the letter mentioned a storeroom key that their daughter had lost somewhere in the piano room. Well, she found the key and even opened the storeroom, but still, there's no map. Looks like the house might not have it after all. But you know what they have? They got firewood. Rin remembered that earlier, Setaro mentioned that Yuka was feeling cold. This is a good opportunity to use the firewood to warm her up. So Rin did exactly that. She lit up the fireplace in Yuka's room. Perfect. Now Yuka will finally feel warm.
Good job, you exploded
Wait.
your bestie.
Really? She died because of that? You can't even trust the choices in this game. No, all jokes aside, Mermaid Swamp implements a choice system, but instead of it being used to show a character's senseless death, it shows us what ending we can get by which character died and survived. Very typical of this kind of RPG Maker game. Anyway, since Rin didn't find anything useful in the storeroom, she decided to explore the second house. She was about to go there but was stopped by Yuta, who for some reason began to exhibit strange behavior. He started being aggressive and forceful, telling Rin to go to bed while he went to check the old house. This isn't like him at all. The Yuta she knew was a calm and sometimes playful person. This is not like him at all. She wanted to argue, but since it's late at night, Rin didn't want to disturb anyone, so she reluctantly agrees and went to bed. But not before she plays a prank on Setaro, because why not? That night, Rin dreamt of being underwater again, except this time she was witnessing two children playing in the piano room. The scene then changes to the children listening to their grandmother telling them the legend of the Mermaid Swamp and its curse. The same story Rin had heard from the old man and Setaro, only this time she got to hear more about the curse. Apparently, the mermaid curse won't affect their family, but will affect any outsiders, just like what's been happening to Rin and the others. The next morning, when Rin went to check on Yuka, she saw Yuta coming out of her room. Considering his strange behavior before, Rin was worried that he might have done something to her, but luckily nothing bad happened to Yuka. Feeling relieved, she woke up Setaro and the two had breakfast. After they finished, Rin continued her exploration to find the map. This time, she went to the old house. She entered the study room where she obtained a wind-up key, but then the stool she was using suddenly lost its balance, causing her to fall. When she opened her eyes, she saw Yuka standing next to her, asking if she was okay. Words couldn't express how happy Rin felt at that moment. She hugged Yuka, telling her how relieved she was to know that Yuka was okay now. However, something was wrong with her. Despite looking normal, she started saying nonsensical things, like how she knew the secret of the house and that she was a hostage. Rin was puzzled by this. She didn't understand what Yuka meant by that. Suddenly, Yuka began shaking violently and begged Rin to help her.
Rin, お願い、助けて。寒いの、苦しいの。
ゆか、どうしたんだ？おい。
違う、私じゃない。お願い、話してよ。寒い、寒い、寒い、寒い。
What?
逃げないで、助けて。返して、返して、返して、返して。
ゆか。
Spooky.
返して。
When she opened her eyes, she was back in the position where she had fallen, and Setaro was frantically calling her name. He scolded her for making him worry, but Rin ignored him and asked about Yuka's whereabouts. Setaro replied that Yuka was still in bed and told her not to worry too much, urging her to resume the search for the map if they ever wanted to get out of there. On her way to the second floor, she found a bottle of acid in a gaping hole that prevented her from entering a room. Initially, she hadn't planned on entering that room, but as she was leaving, she felt as if someone was watching her, and it was coming from that room. Whatever it was, she was determined to find out. Using the bottle of acid on the nail, she managed to remove the wooden plank from the barred door.
I get sick a lot,
This
it's
allowed
fine.
her to make a makeshift bridge. When she entered the room, the phone suddenly rang. But that's impossible. As far as she remembers, the phone lines were cut off. There's no way they could call anyone, let alone receive a call, so why is it ringing?
Bing bong.
With a trembling hand, Rin picked up the receiver and heard a familiar voice.
もしもし？
助けて。
ゆか？おいゆか？ゆかなのか？
Before she could say anything, the line went dead. Rin immediately rushed back to Yuka, worried for her safety, and she had every right to be, because as soon as she entered Yuka's room, she saw Yuta standing next to her bed, silently watching her. Rin told him to get away from Yuka, but Yuta insisted that he was there to help her. Considering his disturbing behavior since yesterday, Something didn't feel right, and Rin wasn't about to take that risk. She ordered him again, this time more sternly, to get away from Yuka. But that's where Yuta's behavior changed. He suddenly became violent, pulling out a knife with the intent to kill her. Rin quickly closed the door behind her, as her mind scrambles for answer about what could possibly cause Yuta to act so strangely. Rin remembered that Yuta had been oddly obsessed with the paintings in this house. Could that be the reason? She has no time to consider other possibility as Yuta broke out and is now chasing her. All she knew now was that she has to destroy all the painting in this house and hopefully it will save him.
Ragaki, why you rated
The chase
6?
sequence happened that took her around
I
the
slept
house
like
where she
14
destroys all
hours
the
yesterday
painting
by
and
accident.
eventually ended in the old house.
Oops.
As Rin destroyed the final painting, she heard a loud groan and the sound of the knife dropping on the floor. The sound was loud enough that Seitaro hurried downstairs to see what happened. He then carried Yuta back to the main house and put him to bed before questioning Rin what happened. Rin told him everything that happened, but the skeptical piece of shit dismissed it as nothing but stress. As they argue, Yuta woke up and greeted them normally. Rin then angrily asked him the reason why he's trying to kill her, but Yuta looked at her with a puzzled look and told them that he didn't remember doing any of that. The last thing he remembered was looking for a map before completely blacking out. At this point, Seitaro doesn't know what to say. He told Yuta to rest while they figure out stuff. At the living room, Rin proposed a crazy suggestion. She volunteered to go out to seek help, which Seitaro immediately denied because of the heavy fog outside, which limit their visibility. However, Rin is not the type that would listen, and after Seitaro goes to the old house, Rin immediately went out. She figures that if she just kept walking, eventually she'll end up in the village.
So yeah,
This is a bad idea because Rin ended up being
I
lost in the
had
forest instead.
lunch
And to
yesterday
make matters worse, her mental
and
state
then
is
was
getting
really
worse to the
comfortable,
point
so
where
I
she
went to bed
hallucinated Yuka's
and had a nap,
ghostly
and I was like,
figure.
yeah, I'll just have a nap
Pressure
for a
was
couple
too much
hours,
that
I'll be
Rin
fine,
just
don't worry about
collapsed,
it.
unable to continue due to pressure and
Woke up
anxiety.
at
We didn't see Seitaro
like 3
frantically
o'clock this
searching for
morning.
Rin. He had a feeling that she wouldn't listen and would go off on her own, and he was right to trust that instinct, as Rin was nowhere to be found. This led to one conclusion: Rin had gone out despite his warning not to. Seitaro immediately heads out to find her. While searching for Rin, he came across a village, which surprised him since the first time he went out, he didn't see any village at all. He figures this might be their chance to get out. However, all hope of asking for help proves to be useless since the villagers wouldn't even talk to him. Seitaro had no choice but to continue on until eventually he found Rin on the ground, crying uncontrollably. When she saw Seitaro, she immediately loses consciousness. When they got back, Seitaro scolds Rin for being too reckless and disregarding what he told her. He then instructs her to rest while he searched for the map, but Rin thought it was useless since everything that happened was because of the mermaid's curse. She then told Seitaro everything what happened, but Seitaro looked at her like she's mad and dismissed everything she told him, telling her that there's no such thing as a curse. As he's about to leave, Seitaro began exhibiting similar behavior like Yuta. However, he was quick to hide it from her and went out. Rin, on the other hand, kept thinking that the only way out of this is to end the curse. But how? She kept thinking how she's going to do it before realizing that everything starts from the mermaid's legend. So, if she could discover the secret, then there's a chance that they'll survive. With a newfound determination, Rin sets off to find out the secret. She's determined to break this curse. The curse of the Mermaid Swamp. Rin heads to the old house. Along the way, she picked up the knife Yuta had dropped earlier and used it to open a pillow, revealing a key and an old note that shows her the location of the boat key. She continued on and entered a room on the second floor where she noticed the fireplace had an opening. Rin went down to investigate. Surprisingly, the hidden compartment led her to a small underground area where she finally found a map. As she was about to leave to share the good news with Seitaro, the lantern she had with her suddenly broke, leaving her in darkness. To make matters worse, Rin, now cowering in fear, saw the figure of a woman slowly crawling towards her. Fear overwhelmed her and she fainted. We then briefly shift to Seitaro, who was trying to sleep but couldn't. He had a feeling that Rin might be up to no good because knowing her, she wouldn't stay put. So he decided to check on her, but as he stood, his headache suddenly worsened. And he also heard someone talking to him, commanding him to do something. It seems like Seitaro might end up like Yuta as well. We then switched back to Rin, who had just woken up and realized that it was already morning. She went downstairs and saw Seitaro, who asked her where she's been all night. Rin explained that she found a hidden room and showed him a map that might lead them to the exit, but instead of responding with his usual sarcasm, Seitaro suddenly hugged her. Rin initially struggled to break free from his embrace but stopped when she realized that Setaro was trembling. He told her that he was scared and didn't want anything bad happening to her. At this point, Rin had two choices: accept him or reject him. Naturally, Rin, who had a soft spot for Setaro, accepted him
And dead.
yeah, maybe accepting him wasn't the right decision. Anyway, Rin realized that something was wrong with Setaro because his behavior was similar to Yuta, which could only mean one thing. Yeah, he's crazy. Setaro pulled out an axe and started chasing her. Rin tried to run away but eventually found herself cornered inside a room with no way out. As Setaro inches closer to her, Rin kicked him so hard that it sent him crashing into the door, knocking him unconscious. Sometime later, Setaro woke up and Rin immediately asked him if he remembered chasing her with the axe. Setaro denied it at first but quickly changed his mind after Rin said this.
ほほう、呪いなんてあるわけないね。じゃあてめえはあくまで正気で私を襲ったんだな。正気で私を抱きしめたんだな。こっち来いよ。とか言ったのも正気だったんだな。
それは。
怖いよ。俺のそばにいてくれ、リンタ。って言ったのも全部正気だっつんだな。つまりてめえは私のこと。
やめろ。そうだ、これは呪いだ。俺がこんな猿女に浴場するなんてありえねえ。
After that wholesome interaction, Rin told him again that everything they were experiencing right now was because of the mermaid's curse, and that they had to do something about it, otherwise it would never end. Setaro reluctantly agreed with that logic. Since they were finally on the same page, Rin showed him the map she found earlier. Setaro looked at it and explained what it meant. He gave her a compass and told her how to find the exact location. The place she was looking for was located across the swamp. After pinpointing the exact spot, both of them used the motorboat and went to that place. According to the map, the X mark pointed them to a nearby rock. Rin and Setaro dug the ground next to it and found a manhole that led to an underground secret room. The place looks abandoned, but upon closer inspection, both of them uncovered a horrifying secret. Inside the place, there's 5 tanks filled with 5 bloated corpses. They were bloated beyond recognition, yet somehow perfectly preserved. Setaro finally understood what the mermaid legend was truly about and explained it to Rin. According to Setaro, the mermaid legend wasn't even about a real mermaid. Instead, he theorized that it started with a man from the Tsuchida family who one day found a beautiful girl on the beach and fell in love with her. He speculated that the woman might have been a shell diver kidnapped by the man, who, having never seen such a beautiful woman before, mistook her for a mermaid and kept her in a tank. However, the woman soon died, but the man refused to let her go, keeping her body in the tank until it bloated. To preserve it, the man used a special medicine that prevents germ from decomposing the body. This kept going until to this day. After learning the truth, Rin felt disgusted by the Tsuchida's family tradition of loving corpses and committing necrophilia. However, Setaro couldn't understand why no one had reported them. Rin then recalled the letter she found and told Setaro that the reason they were never caught was because the woman, despite their hatred for the man, couldn't stop them because they were terrified of becoming the next mermaid. So the only thing they could do was create a legend to scare people, especially women, away from this place.
Wow.
Since they didn't find anything there to help them escape, Setaro told Rin they should head back and think of another way. As they were leaving, Rin heard a familiar voice asking her to return them to the ground. That's when she realized the voices she's been hearing all along were the woman's cries for help. They wanted to be buried properly. Rin promised to help these spirits and began thinking of a way. As she was thinking of ways to help them, Rin spotted a box full of dynamite. This gave her an idea. She called Setaro and told him her plan to blow up the underground secret room. Setaro wasn't on board with this idea, but after being persuaded by Rin, he agrees, but warns her that the wires were too short and even if they managed to extend them, they only have 10 seconds to get out. Rin agreed since there was no other option. As soon as the dynamite was lit, they frantically climbed back up, just in time for it to explode, burying the bodies. Then, out of nowhere, Rin shed a tear. She didn't understand it at first, but then realized that the tears belonged to the dead girls. They're finally free and thank her for finally putting them to rest. The game then ends with Yuka returning to normal and the old man admitted that he was the reason why they're stuck in this place. He was the one who cut off the power and the phone lines to prevent them from leaving. He even instructed the other villagers to not help them just so they won't leave. The old man did this because he wanted help from someone outside to put an end to his family's tradition, and after so many attempts, he finally succeeds.
Wow.
So Mermaid Swamp has 4 different endings, and what ending you got is determined in these 2 choices. 1, if you decide to light the fireplace, and 2, whether you dodge Setaro or not. The first ending is called Yaobikuni, where everyone died. In this ending, after everyone dies, Rin figured out how to get to the secret underground room across the swamp. She was horrified when she discovers that the mermaid she's been hearing is nothing more than a well-preserved bloated corpse. At the same time, the old man locked the door in the hopes of killing her by starvation, but Rin, in desperation, ate the corpse. A few days later, the old man came back and was surprised to see her still alive. However, Rin at that point had already lost her mind. This gave Yukio the perfect opportunity to tell her another lie, where by eating the mermaid's flesh, she could become immortal. The scene then ended with Rin going into the forest believing that she's immortal, not knowing that all of it was a lie. The second ending is Forever Deep. We lit the fireplace, killing Yuka, but didn't dodge the axe, saving Setaro. In this ending, Rin and Setaro discovers the underground secret room. Rin wanted to destroy the tank containing the mermaid, but Setaro stopped her and tries to reason with her. It then ended with both of them despairing since they couldn't leave the place, so the only way out is to commit suicide. Both of them hold hands and jump into the swamp, drowning to death. And lastly, the third ending is called Secrets. In this ending, after Setaro died, Rin is seen crying her heart out because she just lost Setaro. Yuta tries to calm her down, but Rin was too devastated to even care. Suddenly, she heard Setaro calling her name. Even though Yuta didn't see anyone, Rin insists that she hears Setaro calling her. She then jumps into the swamp, drowning in the process. Yuta tries to save her, but as he was about to jump, he was shot by someone, which we can assume to be Yukio, the old man.
Wow. Murder.
I was initially going to be critical about this game because, to be honest, this is not my favorite game that Uri made. But then I realized that most of the stuff that I'm talking about is pretty much nitpicking, so I'll just say the important things. While Mermaid Swamp is a good game, the story aspect of it feels weak compared to the other games that Uri made. Mermaid Swamp starts off strong with a heavy horror element, but then afterward it just became a map searching simulator. And then towards the end, it became a story about a man wanting to end his family's tradition. Initially, when the game starts, I was led to believe that the game will have a horror element because at the start of the game, Yuka was possessed by the ghost of the woman who died becoming a mermaid. But then as we progress through the game, it completely forgets about the ghost and only makes an appearance a few times. I was also excited to see if we're gonna see some mermaid monster, just like how the Crooked Man plays out, but no, we didn't get to see any of that. Now you may argue that they're gonna be out of place, but if the Crooked Man can do it by showing us the Crooked Man and still explain to us that it was all in the character's head, then I don't see why Mermaid Swamp couldn't do the same. There's so many things in this game that left me with more questions than answers. What is that creature that enters Yuka's body? How did Yuka's body swell up? Setaro explains that the plumbing runs throughout the house, which doesn't make sense because the place where they found the plumbing was far away from the main house. Not only that, if it was in the plumbing, why wasn't everyone affected by it? Why is it only Yuka's body that swelled up? There's so many questions than answers. At least the other games made by Uri was easier to understand. This one feels kinda rushed. I also don't like Rin. She's a good character, but my god, she's an asshole. There was this one scene where they found Yuka's bloated body. Yuta asked Rin about Setaro's whereabouts. He found out that Setaro was out searching for help, but Yuta, being rational here, told her that they didn't see a car or anyone, so how are they gonna get help? A simple question. And what did Rin reply? "Oh, what do you propose then? You shut the hell up right now or I'll make you." Hello? He was asking nicely? Look, I know she's panicking, but my god, that reply annoyed me so much. That's when I knew I wasn't going to enjoy this character. Thankfully, she's not too overbearing, but if I had to choose which character I like the most in this game, it would have to be Yuta. Anyway, I think it's time to wrap this up. I enjoy Mermaid Swamp. Despite all that complaint I have, I enjoy Mermaid Swamp. To be honest, I think this game is just not for me. If you enjoy my stuff, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any more content like this.
Wow,
like the video if you
complain
enjoyed
about it?
And check out my previous video if you haven't.
Then says how terrible it is. and then hits them with the, oh, I don't like this game. Right, buddy. Oh, no. Hmm. What else can we find in here? Room 613. Silent drives. You know what we haven't had for a bit? Wow, the entirety of the creepypasta iceberg? Oh, okay.
This video is sponsored by Surfshark.
Nice.
Stay tuned to find out more. Creepy pastas. Some of the most entertaining and scary stories on the internet, creating iconic stories and figures such as Slender Man or Jeff the Killer. And for those of who don't know what a creepypasta is, well, a creepypasta is a horror-related legend which has been shared around the internet. The term creepypasta has since become a catch-all term for any horror content posted onto the internet. These entries are often brief, user-generated paranormal stories that are intended to frighten readers. The subjects of creepypastas can vary widely.
Actually, the origin of creepypasta comes from the fact that it used to be a copypasta on a forum and it would be a creepy story. But sure, bud, sure.
And can include topics such as ghosts, cryptids, murder, zombies, aliens, rituals to summon entities, haunted television shows, and video games. So these topics of the creepypastas can really range to anything. Creepypastas range in length from a single paragraph to extended multi-part series that can span multiple media types, some lasting for years. And this is exactly what we will be covering in today's video. Creepypastas and their stories, their origins, and everything else surrounding creepypastas, and they'll be on this iceberg. To be honest, this video was extremely nostalgic to make since I remember growing up and being scared of all these creepypastas, so I hope you enjoy this video as much as I do. And also, before we get into the video, I'll be doing a mix of different ways on covering each entry. Some of the entries, such as Slender Man, I'll just be quickly covering because it's just one singular figure that's well known, but for the entries that are just full-blown stories, I'll be reading them in their entirety.
What is it, the
unless the
background?
story is thousands of words long, then I'll just summarize the super long story into my own words, but still have the main story there, of course. I just can't have the super long stories in their entirety, or else this video would be like 20 hours long, and yeah. Alright, anyways, let's get into the video. And actually, before we dive into this massive video, consider subscribing to the channel and giving the video a like. It's my goal to be at 250,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I really think we can do it. And it also helps out the channel a lot, so please consider subscribing and liking the video. Thank you, and now on to the first tier. Tier 1. Slender Man. Slender Man, a modern urban legend, originated in online forums around 2009, primarily on the Something Awful website. Depicted as a tall, thin figure in a black suit with a featureless face, he's said to stalk and abduct people, especially children. Slenderman lore expanded through creepypasta stories, videos, and video games, cultivating a mythology of his own. Many believe he can manipulate reality and induce paranoia in those who encounter him. The character's popularity led to various adaptations in literature, film, and games. However, the fictional character took a very dark turn in 2014 when two Wisconsin girls attempted to murder a classmate, claiming they did so to impress Slenderman. This event raised ethical questions about internet culture, storytelling, and the influence of media on vulnerable individuals.
Well, that's the thing. If you had parents to tell you, hey, shit on the internet is mostly lies, you wouldn't be falling into that trap. Just saying.
And that leads us to our sponsor of today's video, Surfshark. Browsing the internet is an incredible tool, but if you're not careful, it can be dangerous. When using public Wi-Fi, hobbyists and professional hackers can access your IP address and de-encrypt your personal data. Luckily, the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark, can help. Surfshark swaps your IP address with a new one, making it extremely hard to track your location and access your device. Additionally, you can access content from different countries on streaming services such as Netflix, allowing you to watch shows and films that aren't available in your country. And if you use promo code SNOOK, you can receive 3 months for free. Surfshark also offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's zero risk in trying it out. Click the link in description to claim the deal and find out more. Now, back to the video. Momo, another internet urban legend, gained notoriety in 2018. Initially a sculpture by Japanese artist Kosuke Awasuka, Momo became associated with a viral hoax. The hoax claimed that an unknown entity named Momo appeared in WhatsApp
God, I
messages,
remember this back in the
encouraging recipients,
2010s.
often children, to engage in harmful activities and self-harm.
It's like
Despite
2015
being
or
debunked
something?
as a hoax by experts, Momo sparked widespread panic and concern among parents and authorities worldwide. Awaki. Awaki,
Oh, the
derived from
Awaki.
the phrase, Annie, are you okay? Gained attention in
You said it wrong. It's Awaki.
2019
God.
through a viral video featuring a creepy animatronic figure resembling Michael Jackson.
No shit.
The video depicted the doll moving its head and limbs while emitting an eerie sound.
Oh my God, hi.
The meme's origins are uncertain, but
You're
it
not
quickly
late.
spread across
I'm
social
way
media
too early.
platforms, spawning various remixes
Way
and
too early.
parodies. Despite its original humorous intent,
Yippee!
some viewers found it unsettling due to its uncanny appearance and association with Michael Jackson. SCP Foundation. The SCP Foundation, a collaborative writing project online, is a fictional organization tasked with securing, containing, and protecting anomalous objects, creatures, and phenomena. And all of these different creatures are kind of like monsters and stuff like that, although some can be objects, like I just said. SCP stands for Secure, Contain, Protect. Each SCP entry describes
Yeah,
a
this is
specific
my
anomaly,
raccoon.
ranging from benign
Sure didn't
to
tell you how.
dangerous, with assigned containment procedures.
She's
The
in there somewhere.
project's format typically involves classified documents detailing the SCP. Its
I think I might have
properties,
accidentally
and
turned it
containment
to
protocols. Contributors expand the SCP
authorized
universe
users
through
only?
storytelling, creating a rich tapestry of interconnected
have a
anomalies
check.
known as the SCPs and exploring their implication. The project's popularity has led to vast online communities, including fanfiction, artwork,
Oh yeah, no.
games,
Yeah,
and
I
even
did.
short
Stupid.
films.
Still good fixed. Yippee!
Jeff the Killer. And this is hands down
You hit
the
a-
scariest
I didn't
one
mean
to me,
to.
at
I
least
was
when a
changing
kid
the,
on the internet. Jeff the Killer always
moving
whenever I saw
things. I meant to
this
turn it on
picture of
authorized
Jeff the
only
Killer, I
users,
was
but apparently I didn't.
horrified. But anyways, Jeff the Killer
Silly
is
bean.
a popular internet urban legend and creepypasta character, and arguably one of the most popular, along with Slenderman.
Yeah,
The story
Jeff the
revolves
Killer is a
around
terrible
young boy named
creepypasta.
Jeff, who,
Absolutely
after being
horrible.
bullied and attacked by a group of thugs, undergoes a disturbing transformation. His face is burned with bleach, and his lips are cut into a perpetual smile.
Libbo my
This traumatic
ears.
event triggers a descent into
Yippee.
madness, turning Jeff into a homicidal maniac with a motive for murdering his victims while wearing a wide, eerie grin.
Oh yeah,
This
that's
tale gained
totally what
mass
that did.
popularity on websites like Creepypasta and quickly became a staple for internet horror lore. Jeff the Killer has inspired numerous fan works, including stories, artwork, and other short films, cementing his status as one of the most iconic figures in online horror cultural history.
It's only because 12-year-old girls thought he was hot.
Sonic.exe is a creepypasta and a popular internet urban legend based on the Sonic the Hedgehog video game franchise. In this story, a gamer discovers a haunted Sonic the Hedgehog game cartridge labeled Sonic.exe. Upon playing the game, they encounter distorted and unsettling versions of Sonic characters. with Sonic himself appearing as a demonic figure known as Sonic.exe.
Man.
The game becomes increasingly disturbing, featuring disturbing imagery, glitches, and messages directed at the player. The story often culminates in the player's realization that they are trapped in the game, facing the malevolent Sonic.exe. The tale has inspired numerous fan creations, including fan games, artwork, and videos, and yeah.
Would you flex Sonic EXE?
Hero Brine. Hero Brine is a legendary figure in the Minecraft community,
fuck me.
also a creepypasta, often
I had the
described
weirdest
as a mysterious
dream.
and malevolent entity resembling the default player creator.
You guys are gonna be so pissed off at me.
White eyes. The legend suggests that Hero Brine haunts players in their
Sorry.
single-player worlds, causing strange occurrences and mischief.
I had a
such as building
dream.
random structures. or
Hang on. I need to be serious with you guys for a sec. I had a dream, right? That when I was asleep last night, / all yesterday pretty much, that I was on Gal Gura's alt account, on her Sen account, and apparently I grabbed a crappy PNG and made a crappy PNG tuber of her. And then I went on her account and started streaming. And she didn't know because she's Galgura, right? And I pretty much like streamed on it for an hour. It was doing the stupid anime girl voice and was like, "This is totally how I sound, you guys. We're gonna be talking like this all the time." And everyone was like, "Gura, what happened to you? Why are you streaming on this account? Why are you having a bad AI filtered PNG tuber?" And I was just like, "No, it's me. I'm Gagura. I'm totally Gagura. It's really me." And then like fucking like I quit streaming when someone was like, "You're not Gagura." Everyone was totally buying it until that one guy an hour later, and I was like, "Oh," and then I quit the stream. Oh, like, it was so funny because everybody was like, "This has to be a Gura bit, right?" She's got like the bad AI picture of Gura. It's a fucking React image, so it's like bouncing up and down with the fake mouth talking, and I'm just like, "Yep. That's me." And it was just like, and then someone else was like, one random guy like an hour later was like, "Yeah, you're not Gora," and I was like, "Delete everything." I was doing it at a hotel. I was doing this at a hotel, right? And apparently the cops came, but it was the VTuber police. And I was just there like, the VTuber police? And they're like, "Yeah, we're the VTuber police. Die!" And I was like, "No!" Oh my god. Come as mine, come around the way. Oh my fucking, it was so funny. It was so fucking funny. Cause I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't have OBS. What is that?" And they're like, "You are a streamer." I'm like, "How do you know?" And they're like, "You have an anime girl in your t-shirt." And I'm like, "Oh no!" That's what gave it away. And then I'm out here. Right? I'm fucking out here. I'm like freaking out. Like, "Oh my god, this is so terrible. This is horrible. This is the worst thing ever." And then I woke up and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? The VTuber police? What? It's the policia. That's VTuber. I legitimately just kind of sat there like, Oh no. I can't believe it. The VTuber police. The VTuber police. I had to they were called on me. Can I draw the rec? Of course, if you need a ref sheet, there's a ref in my refs on my stream Discord. On the Discord. Also, you can draw her furry too if you want. I 100% only got another persona so I can draw me and Renee together. I stole one from Toy Hut. Oh, well. That's fine. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. A fan art? Yippee. Also, did you see the funny fucking picture I did this morning at some time? On my Twitter? Hang on, I'll show you guys. So I was like, I decided. Let me pop this up. Oh, good. I'll pop it up here. So, I made this tiny webcomic. Me. VTuber. Yahoo! And then the reality. Caught in 4K. In a trash can. You caught me. I'm not secretly a VTuber fox girl on the internet. You know what's really funny, actually? I actually remembered, one of the first pieces of art I ever did with you guys was... Do I still have it? Oh yeah, I do. Here he is. As Gunky. Oh my god. There it is. As you can see, Raccoon has been very much my persona. I think I'm not beating the allegations that I've been a raccoon for a little bit. Actually, unlike my previous accounts, one of my mascots was a raccoon. So I'm very attached to raccoons, especially the ones that like try to wash shit. And then they're like trying to wash with their little beans, and then they can't wash it because it is cotton candy. Oh no! Also, hi fan. Fucking pants jizzed in my pants. Pants. You didn't see the announcement? Well, the things are popping up, right? Duh. Yeah, 601. So yeah, it's working. Yippee! I was worried for a second though. Wait, the notification or the sent message? Because the sent message says 601. That's 50 minutes ago. Ah, so it is your notifications. I see. I see how it is. Yeah, that's your fault. That's your notifications fault. That's not me. Thank God. The new sticker. Did you see her? Isn't she beautiful? I saw her, right? It's fine, do your homework. We're just having a doodle and a yip yap. Ever speak with counselors? Why? Are you not doing your homework enough? Same time? No. Okay. Are you changing your major? Is that what it is? Or is it just course related? Counselors for another college. Oh. You might be moving colleges? Oh. Huh? Huh. Well. But yeah, I was, Wah. Yeah, let me just... There we go. Let's get that back a bit. I need to figure out how to drop in meeting online at the same time of dealing shit with my dad. Well, it should just be like, if it's like via Zoom, it should just be a link. So. Well, that's good at least. Make sure you do good in your listen to what the councils are saying. Yeah, Zoom is they'll like send you a link and you just click it and usually it just accepts it for you. But, yeah. Do good.
Observing players from
I believe in
distance
you.
and just being overall creepy. However, despite widespread rumors and alleged sightings, Herobrine does not actually exist in the official Minecraft game.
No shit.
The character originated from a 2010 creepypasta written by a player named Herobrine,
Oh, good.
describing encounters with the eerie figure. Since then, Herobrine has become a very popular subject for the internet and Minecraft community in general, for fan art, mods, and even official merchandise.
It's because Notch, Notch found the creepypasta really funny because he's like, I don't even have a brother. At least you guys could have done some research for it, but we'll totally make it like an April Fool's update happened and they're like, ooh, Herobrine was removed. And it's like, what? Everyone freaked out about it.
Of the urban legend within Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Siren Head. Siren Head is a fictional creature created by Canadian horror artist Trevor Henderson.
I love
Described
Trevor.
as a
His
tall,
art is so good.
emaciated humanoid with sirens.
I need like a Y2K
Siren
background.
Head
Hang on.
emits various sounds from its sirens, including emergency alerts, radio broadcasts, and distorted voices. The creature's design is
Anime background.
weird, and it often lurks in a remote location, camouflaging itself among trees and other tall structures. Siren Head gained popularity through Henderson's artwork and short stories, which depict chilling encounters with the creature. The character has since become a staple of internet horror culture, inspiring fan art, video games, and even short films. Tier 2. Smile Dog. Smile Dog is a notorious internet urban legend originating from a creepypasta story shared online. The tale revolves around an image file named smile.jpg or JPEG or smile.dog, which allegedly induces insanity and haunting nightmares upon viewing the image. The image depicts a large dog with an unnaturally wide,
Google's Y2K
smile,
immediately.
often
Amelia
accompanied
Watson.
by unsettling, glowing eyes. According to the legend, those who receive the image file are compelled to share it with others to relieve themselves of the curse. Failure to do so results in a series of terrifying visions and eventual madness.
It makes my
While
brain
the origins
tingle.
of the legend remain unclear, Smile Dog has
Did I ever
become
tell you
a
guys
popular
about the
subject
fact that
of internet horror discussion.
I actually it was like 2015. I was looking after my nan when she had a stroke. I lived there for a little bit. And I remember like there was this like creepypasta game going around at that time that picked up it was a Trojan, and it was like, oh no, you can totally like ignore it, you know. No, it was a Trojan, but not a malicious one. It was like one of those like creepypasta games that like you click on them and then they like unbox like all of like your profile pictures and your background picture get changed to smile.exe after you play the game. And I was like, I was talking to my friend, right? I was talking to my friend and we were yip-yapping And I was just like, hey, I played this fucked up game, and now there's like smile dog everywhere. And he's like, did you give yourself a virus? I'm like, I mean, technically, like, for full intents and purposes, it was a like Trojan. It did embed itself in like your shit to change like your profile pictures and shit on like your local machine. I was like, yeah, but they said that in like the game. It was like one of those RPG horror maker game thingies. And I just remember like fucking I just remember like I was like Skyping him, and because at that time Skype was like just becoming like a Microsoft, like, oh yeah, Microsoft now owns Skype. Like they got bought out for like in like 2013 or something, right? And I just kind of sat there like, oh yeah, cool. Like, oh yeah, that's neat. And then I was like, I was watching like my background was like one of those like, the generic like, oh, you chose default Windows 7 background. It's like the slideshow. And I remember it just being like, the pictures like changed to like, oh, the smile dog. I'm like, oh, that's cool. There's yep, okay. And then like, the other like default picture was also smile dog. And then a couple of like my icons on like my fucking it's like it didn't, I think it was like a reg edit one. It was definitely some kind of Trojan. I just remember like I just remember being like, what the fuck are you, what, how am I supposed to get rid of this? And he's like, did you seriously just brick your fucking laptop because you wanted to play a creepypasta game? And I was like, maybe. Yeah, I wasn't smart enough to get a virtual machine because it was like on my little notebook that like it was a notebook, 2 gigabytes, not good for streaming or anything. I used to use it to draw on. And I just remember being like, I'll just do a system restore. It's fine. I'll just do a system restore. And he's like, I can't believe you did that. And I'm like, yeah, it like changed all like my profile pictures and shit to the smile dog. It was really stupid. Oh man. It was so fucking stupid. Like, can you imagine just having a game where it's like, hey, we're gonna change all of your fucking shit to the smile dog for like immersive effect. And it's like, oh wow, that sounds really cool. Me plays it. It happens. Me. Oh, now I have to restart my computer. I have to go back a system restore. And I complained the whole fucking time to this friend, right? And he's just like, Gaki, why? Why would you even play it? I'm like, 'cause it looked fun. It's like, you were watching people play it on YouTube, weren't you? And I'm like, yeah. So you knew what I did? Yeah. So you knew it was a Trojan? They said on like the Game Jolt website thingy, yeah. I think it was itch.io actually. I can't remember which website it was. But it was like, yeah, immerse yourself in real creepypasta. I remember it was like that kind of, we will change like your pictures, bad shit will happen, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, that is so cool, that is so cool, I'm so edgy, that is so cool, yippee, yippee. Like Broken Script, yeah, kind of like Broken Script. And then I was just like Pikachu shocked face when it actually did it, and then I had to like change my shit back like all by myself, and I was like, oh, how could this happen? Why didn't you warn me? And my friends are like, kill yourself in Minecraft. Respectfully, Gaki, you dumb bitch. He's, oh, okay. I didn't expect this to happen. I didn't. I totally did. That's literally why I downloaded it. Me. I downloaded it for this reason. Me. How could this happen?
Russians.
So funny.
Squidward's S-word. Squidward's S-word is a notorious
I did break my
creepypasta
computer
story
there.
based on the animated television series SpongeBob SquarePants. The story describes an
Squidward's
unaired episode featuring
S-word.
Squidward Tentacles,
Squidward
one of the
slut.
show's main characters, experiencing a series of disturbing and graphic events
Oh,
leading
man.
to his eventual S-word. The episode allegedly includes unsettling imagery, eerie
I
music,
might have
and overall
some
just
corn
dark
thins.
themes,
Corn
culminating in
chippies.
Squidward's graphic
While
demise.
we watch this,
The
or if I
story
go
gained
mute,
notoriety for its shocking content
eating.
and its contrast from the lighthearted tone of the original SpongeBob series. However, Squidward's S-word is entirely fictional and is just an overall creepypasta and wasn't an actual unaired episode that was even made. Ben Drowned. Ben Drowned is a well-known creepypasta story centered around a
I'm
haunted
taking off my
copy
hoodie.
of the video game The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. The story follows a college student who purchases a second-hand cartridge of the game, only to discover strange and unsettling occurrences within the game itself. The player encounters a ghostly character named Ben.
Oh, I
who
fucking
seems
love
to
Ben
possess the
Drowned.
game
It was
and
like one of the
communicates with
first
the
ever
player
like things
through
like it.
in-game text.
Ever.
As the player delves deeper into the mystery and the game, they uncover a dark backstory involving a boy named Ben who drowned. The story incorporates elements of video game glitches, haunted technology, and psychological horror as it keeps on compelling narrative in the immersive narrative experience. Ben Drowned is pretty famous in the Zelda community, and yeah. Tails Doll Curse. The Tails Doll Curse
Oh,
is
I
an
hate
urban
this
legend
fucker.
originating from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, specifically tied to the character Tails Doll, a robotic doll version of the character Miles Tails Prower. According to the legend, playing as Tails Doll in the video game Sonic R and completing specific requirements would trigger a curse, leading to paranormal occurrences or even harm to the player. The legend gained traction through internet forums and creepypasta stories, with some claiming to have experienced eerie phenomena after attempting the curse in the game. However, like many urban legends and creepypastas, in gaming, the Tails Doll Curse has no basis in reality and was never even a game function anyways. The Rake. Another one of my favorite creepypastas, and for this one, I will be reading the creepypasta in its entirety because I think it just deserves it, and it's interesting to me, so I'll just read out the whole thing. And this is one of the first full stories I'm reading out, and towards the bottom, I'll start reading out more of the full stories, but just by the way, so if I just dive straight into a story, that's why. Like, I won't have a brief overview, I'll just get right into the creepypasta story itself. Alright, The Rake. During the summer of 2003, incidents in the northeastern United States involving a peculiar humanoid entity ignited brief local media attention before a sudden blackout occurred. Almost no information remained intact, as most online and written reports about the entity were inexplicably erased. Concentrated mainly in rural areas of New York State and previously cited in Idaho, individuals who claimed to have encountered this entity shared tales of their experiences with a mysterious being of unidentified origin. Their emotions varied from intense fear and discomfort to a somewhat innocent sense of curiosity and playfulness. While their original accounts have vanished from records, their memories persisted vividly. Some of those involved became seeking answers that same year. By early 2006, this collective effort had gathered nearly 24 documents dating back to the 12th century and spanning 4 continents. Remarkably, the narratives remained consistent across time and place. I've been in touch with a member of this group and managed to obtain some excerpts from their forthcoming book. First excerpt, a S-word note, 1964. Quote, as I prepared to end my life, I feel compelled to absolve any guilt or pain I may have caused through this act. It is not the fault of anyone other than him. There were moments when I awoke and sensed his presence. There were moments when I awoke and glimpsed his figure. Once more I awoke and heard his voice and looked into his eyes. Sleep eludes me, haunted by the fear of what I might encounter upon waking next. I dare not again. Farewell." End quote. Found alongside this note were 2 empty envelopes addressed to William and Rose, and a solitary personal letter without any envelope.
What the
envelope
fuck?
read,
Do you think before you
"Dearest
type?
Lanine, my prayers are with you." He uttered your
Oh,
name.
okay.
And that's the end of the envelope. And the second excerpt from one of these, a journal entry translated from Spanish, 1880. Quote, "I have endured the utmost terror. I have endured the utmost terror. I have endured the utmost terror. I see his eyes when I shut mine. They are empty, black. They fixate on me, piercing through. His clammy hands. Sleep evades me. His voice. Unintelligible text." End quote. And the other excerpt, a mariner's log, 1691. "He visited me in my slumber. From the foot of my bed I felt a presence. He took everything. We must return to England. We shall not venture here again at the rake's behest." End quote. The final excerpt, from a witness, 2006. Quote, 3 years ago, after returning from a trip to Niagara Falls with my family for the 4th of July, we were all exhausted and went to bed early. Around 4 a.m. I awoke, thinking my husband had rose to use the bathroom. Seizing the chance, I attempted to reclaim the sheets, inadvertently waking him. Although I apologized, I mentioned my assumption of his departure from bed. As he turned to me, he gasped, swiftly retracting his legs, nearly knocking me from the bed in the process. He then grasped me tightly, uttering no words. After adjusting to the dim light, I discerned the cause of his peculiar reaction. At the foot of our bed, sitting with its back to us, was what appeared to be a naked man, or a large, hairless canine of some sort. Its posture was unsettling and unnatural, akin to that of an injured animal. Strangely, I felt no immediate fear, but rather concern for its well-being, assuming we were meant to assist it. My husband, peeking over his arm and his knee, curled into a protective posture, occasionally glancing at me before returning his gaze to the creature. In a sudden flurry of movement, the entity scrambled around the bed's edge, swiftly crawling in an erratic manner until it was mere inches from my husband's face. It remained silent for what felt like an eternity, though likely only seconds, simply observing him. Then, it laid its hand upon his knee before darting into the hallway leading to our children's rooms. I shrieked and lunged for the light switch, intent on preventing harm to our children. As I reached the hallway, the bedroom's light illuminated the creature, crouched about 20 feet away, its form covered in blood. I flicked the switch, revealing my daughter Clara. The entity fled downstairs as my husband and I rushed to aid our daughter. She was grievously injured and uttered only one more sentence before passing. Quote, "He is the rake." End quote. That night, my husband drove his car into a lake while rushing Clara to the hospital. Neither survived. Word spread swiftly in our small town. Initially, the police and local newspaper showed interest, but the story never made to print, nor did it receive coverage on television. For several months, my son Justin and I sought refuge in a nearby hotel, near my parents' home. Upon our return, I delved into my own quest for answers. Eventually, I connected with a man from a neighboring town who shared a similar encounter. We exchanged stories and discovered 2 others in New York who had witnessed what we now termed the rake. Over 2 arduous years of online research and correspondence, we assembled a modest collection of purported rake encounters. However, none provided substantial details, historical context, or subsequent developments. One journal contained a brief entry about the creature within its first few pages, never mentioning it again. A ship's log made no mention of the encounter, merely noting their departure upon the rake's instruction, which marked the log's final entry. Nevertheless, numerous accounts described repeated visitations by the entity to the same individuals. Many spoke of being addressed directly, including my daughter.
It was Grandpa.
This prompted us to question whether the rake had visited us any time prior to our final encounter. I positioned a digital recorder near my bed, leaving it to record overnight for 2 weeks. Each morning, I diligently sifted through the recordings, fast-forwarding at 8 times the normal speed. This still consumed nearly an hour daily. During the 3rd week's initial day, I detected a peculiar sound. Upon closer inspection, I discerned a shrill voice. The Rakes. I couldn't endure listening long enough to transcribe it. To date, I've shared it with nobody. Yet, it initially transported me back to that moment, though I recall no sound at the time. The mere thought of what my daughter endured fills me with anguish. Since the rake shattered my life, I've not encountered it again, but I'm certain it has watched me as I slept. I dread the day I wake up and find it staring at me. And yeah, that was the rake story. A lot of these stories will take up a lot of time, as like that rake story was like 6 or 7 minutes long, and I hope you guys don't mind that, because I think putting these more in-depth stories into the iceberg make it a lot more fleshed out and better, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think of that. I mean, it doesn't really matter because this video is already up and has all the stories through them, but that's how a lot of the entries in this iceberg will be like. They'll just have a lot of story to them, but I think they're interesting enough where they're not boring. Alright, yeah, on to the next one. swordmouse.avi. S-Word Mouse is a notorious creepypasta based on a lost episode of the classic Disney cartoon series, Mickey Mouse. The story revolves around an animated short titled swordmouse.avi, which allegedly features unsettling and disturbing content. According to the legend, the animation consists of Mickey Mouse walking through a city, while the background music becomes increasingly distorted and eerie. Mickey's expression gradually changes from jovial to distressed, and the cartoon ends with a series of disturbing images. The legend suggests that viewers who watch the entire video experience intense feelings of dread and unease, with some even claiming to suffer psychological trauma. However, swordmouse.avi is entirely fictional and has no basis in reality, and there is no such lost episode of S-Word Mouse. Polybius is an urban legend surrounding an alleged arcade game that emerged in the early 1980s. According to the legend, Polybius was an arcade cabinet game produced by an unknown company and placed in select arcades, primarily in the Portland, Oregon area. Players reported experiencing strange side effects after playing the game, including headaches, amnesia, nightmares, and even S-word tendencies. It's also rumored that the mysterious men in black were seen collecting data from the machines. Despite numerous claims, there is no concrete evidence that Polybius ever even existed, and it's just an elaborate hoax purported by the gaming community. Tiki Toby. Tiki Toby is a character originating from the internet horror genre, particularly within the creepypasta community. He is depicted as a young man who wears a distinctive outfit consisting of a hoodie with black and white stripes and a mask covering his mouth. The character is often associated with a tragic backstory involving bullying, family issues, and a tragic accident involving a wood chipper, which leads to his transformation into Tiki Toby. As with many creepypasta characters, Tiki Toby has gained a significant following among fans of internet horror fiction.
Hi, Sharad!
Candle
Come on.
Cove. Candle Cove is a creepypasta that originated on the website of Chris Straub, a webcomic creator and writer. The story is presented as a series of forum posts where users reminisce about a mysterious and unsettling children's
I
television
liked
show
this one.
called Candle Cove that aired in the early 1970s. Despite its disturbing and nonsensical content, the characters describe being captivated by the show as children. As the forum discussion progresses, it becomes apparent that the memories of Candle Cove are not shared by everyone, leading to speculation about its existence and origins. Eventually, it is revealed that the show's characters were actually grotesque puppets engaging in disturbing acts, and the show aired on a local channel with a limited broadcast range. Ness Godzilla. Ness Godzilla, Monster of Monsters, revolves around a haunted game cartridge. According to the legend, a player discovered a mysterious copy of the game that exhibited bizarre and unnerving behavior. In this alleged version, the game's graphics and music were distorted, with unsettling images appearing at random intervals. Some players claim to hear strange voices or experience glitches.
That's not
that seem to
Godzilla,
defy
that's Zilla.
explanation. Additionally, the gameplay
He's a
became
completely different
increasingly
entity
difficult and
completely.
unpredictable, with the monsters behaving erratically and the levels becoming increasingly sinister. Gateway of the Mind. And this is another story. Like I said, a lot of these will just be stories. So if I just dive in and start talking from the first person, it's not me, saying that I experienced this. It's just the story, of course. So anyways, the story of Gateway of the Mind. In 1983, a team of scientists
covered in
wanted to see
Parmesan
if they could help
cheese.
a person talk to God. They thought that if they took away a person's ability to see, hear, taste, smell, and feel, they might be able to connect with God just by thinking. An old man who didn't have much to live for volunteered. The scientists did a complicated surgery that cut off all of his senses from his brain.
damn it.
He could still move his muscles, but
Oh,
he
of
couldn't
course I-
sense anything around him. For a while,
Can you
the
stop
man
breaking?
just talked out
That would be
loud
nice.
about
Thank
what
you.
he was thinking. At first, it was hard to understand him, but then he started saying he could hear voices in his head. The scientists thought he was going crazy until he started talking about their dead relatives, sharing secrets only they would know. Days passed, and the man became more and more upset. He said the voices were getting louder and meaner, keeping him awake at night, and he was scared. He tried hurting himself to make them stop and begged for medicine to help him sleep, but nothing worked. Even when he dreamed, he said he heard the voices of the dead. The man's distress grew until he was screaming and begging to die. The scientists believed he was getting closer and closer to talking to God, so they didn't help him at all. But eventually, he whispered that God had left them all. And then, he suddenly died. Jane the Killer. Jane the Killer is a character from a creepypasta story often associated and alongside Jeff the Killer legend. In the lore, Jane Arkansas was a normal girl and woman who witnessed the brutal murder of her family by a serial killer. Traumatized by the experience, she vowed to seek revenge and become a vigilante known as Jane the Killer.
grab some ice
Her
cubes.
appearance is often depicted with a pale face, black
Also, I
hair,
had to take
and a
off
wide,
my
sinister smile,
fucking
carved
shirt
into
because
her
I'm covered in
cheeks,
Parmesan cheese.
reminiscent and very similar of Jeff's appearance.
trying to
Over time, various
make
iterations
myself
and adaptations of the character have emerged in online communities, including fanfiction,
Oh my
artwork,
God.
and even video games. Russian Sleep Experiment,
Okay.
another one of my favorites. The story unfolds in Soviet Russia during the late 1940s, during the height of the Cold War. Supposedly, Soviet researchers were conducting a highly classified experiment on human subjects in an isolated bunker. The experiment aimed to study the effects of sleep deprivation on the human mind and body for military purposes. 5 political prisoners were chosen as test subjects. Each promised their freedom if they participated in the experiment. They were sealed inside a chamber filled with a gas-based stimulant designed to keep them awake for a prolonged period of time. The researchers
does Era have a ref
through
that's
two-way
unique?
mirrors and cameras. Initially, the subjects exhibited signs of restlessness and irritability as the
Good
sleep
question.
deprivation took its toll. However, as time passed,
I think the
their
closest
behavior
thing
grew.
that we have actually is what? The Galgura or the Boogie's Binton? Because Galgura shows all of your shit, right? Mm-hmm. Where's the... Oh, I didn't... Hang on, I'll put it in the art thing. I'll check a bunch of error stuff in the art thing. I have been neglecting my art thing. That's funny. Art. Need commission art. Here we go. You. These pictures are cool. Little Maker's cool. Nay's cool. Mimi. And that one. Kashunk. There's a whole bunch of art I just uploaded that I haven't uploaded yet. 26 megabytes. Holy fuck. The streamer odds ignoring their own odd channel? Yeah, well, generally speaking, people like just kind of come in and watch me do art, you know? So it's kind of like I didn't really have to like show off my art because I always put it in my Trello. So the clientele, I guess you could say, I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that. People hate when I call my clients my clients. That's not a jab, by the way. That's like a legitimate thing. People got very upset at me for calling my clientele. Even though, you know, my clients are my clients. That is indeed what they are. And someone was like, yeah, maybe you should stop looking for handouts. And I was like, what the fuck is your problem? I'm an art streamer. My clients come into my stream to literally do art. Shut the fuck up. Oh, because it makes it sound like the people who are giving me money are like, they thought I meant like Twitch subscribers. And I was like, no, I'm an artist. My clients are the people who buy art from me. That is what juxtaposes as a client. This year I'm not gonna be fucking taking shit from people. Like, in general. I'm not gonna be listening to people be like, that's not cool, you shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, says to who? Oh, you can't call people clients. I'm a professional business person. I have a real business. I'm a registered trading business in Australia. People who buy art from me are technically clientele. Oh, but that sounds really unprofessional. That sounds like you're just using them as money. It's like, no, it's a professional word. That is a legitimate professional word. If you're offended by me calling my art clients? What do they want to be called, Lupe? Well, my fox rolls are my fox rolls, right? And then you become a beta cuck at 2nd tier plus, and then a masturbator at like 3rd, right? You just increase your fucking cuckness, essentially. That's the joke. You turn into a masturbator. It's really funny, right? If people get offended by that, they might have to look at my tags. Because I hate to break it to you, but it says right there, brat. Right? It says right there, brat. But also, if you look at the content labels, politics and sensitive social issues, drugs, intoxication, and tobacco, and significant profanity. Tier 3. Yeah, you're a masturbator. I was gonna make a pay. God, no. Here's the thing, right? This person said this to me when I go crook at you guys for giving me subs. Where's the hypocrisy in that? I legitimately tell you guys, don't fucking give me subs, stop it, I don't want your money. Even though I need money, and that's technically what a streamer does. Please give me subby webbies, ooh, give me donations. And they're like, oh, you're being so mean to them, what the fuck? And I'm like, my entire streams have literally been, I don't want your fucking money, I want Twitch's money, right? So if you have Prime, give me your fucking free Prime. Easy peasy, your Prime sub. You technically don't really have to pay for it from what I've seen. You're already paying for a Prime membership, right? Oh, this? Yeah. Well, my thing is like, I don't know, I have had numerous people tell me I'm tsundere. Which is not true. And it cannot be true, because if I say, yes, I'm tsundere, it would render that a bootstrap paradox. It would keep falling back into each other. you can't say you're a tsundere and be tsundere, but you also can't say that you're not a tsundere without being a tsundere. But I'm not a tsundere. But I've had people say I'm a tsundere. And I find it really funny when people like I'm very, you give me something, right? You give me something, I will give you something back. That's kind of my jam. Gap Moe. No, like fucking, I cannot stand the fact that like tier 2s and tier 3s don't get anything special, so I have to make something for the tier 2s and 3s. I'm thinking of adding some stuff to tier 3 to make it more enticing. You know, kind of like a Patreon, because everyone's like, Patreon's good, just get a Patreon. And it's like, but that means I'd still have to find something for you guys, you know? Or Ko-Fi, which is not how you pronounce it, but it's coffee. But that still means I'd have to fucking find something, right? I don't like having nothing, which is why I made games night, which, to be fair, I completely missed out on, so, whoops. To be fair, I haven't been very well. We did debut and I've been really out of it since then. But also, how do I put this? I don't like people paying extra even for just like more emotes, right? I don't find value in how am I gonna put this? Twitch's tier 2 is 1 plus emote slot for like members, right? I don't find the extra $10 for that subscription for 1 emote. I don't think that's a very fair trade-off. Yeah. Like, it would be different if it was like, oh, you want all the emotes, get tier 3, right? If you just want to have like a beginner tier, get tier 1. If you want half of the emotes, get tier 2. Something like that, right? Yeah, exactly, right? So I'm trying to make like Twitch subs essentially be like Patreon. I get half of what you give to Twitch. Like full discourse here. Like fucking I only get half. You give them $15, I'm only gonna get $7, but not really because I also get charged tax. I'm gonna be getting like $6. You give me $5 for a tier 1 sub, I get $2.50. It's kind of how it works, right? Which I'm okay with, but like, I still don't feel good that you guys are paying like upwards of $5. I don't know, it doesn't sit right with me. I don't like people paying me money and I can't give them something back. I am an artist. Hello. Hi, I'm an artist. My whole thing is, you give me money, I draw for you. That's kind of the deal. So having, like, you pay for me for a subscription and then you get nothing back kind of makes me feel like, not good. Not good at all. So I'm thinking of working in a couple of more, like, I like the one day is games night, and then the next day is movie night. I think that's cool. I like that. But I think for tier 3, it is significantly more money. We have to kind of figure something out. 'Cause it was like $25 or something, right? Aw, sweet. Can I throw $10 at you to draw yours? I mean, that was something I was considering, actually. You joke about that, but I was literally gonna be like, oh, if we're doing Patreon kind of tiers, it's like one free picture per month, you know? Yeah, I was thinking for tier, not like big intensive images, but like actual lined pieces. I was thinking, yeah, like tier 3s. You guys pay tier 3 per month. $25 is a lot of money. I know, like, realistically, like, oh yeah, your price is Gaki, you're like $200 for a full piece. It's like, but it's $25. I'm not sure if maybe that's just a growing up poor thing, but 25 is like $25 is $25, bro. Maybe it's a growing up like almost homeless poor thing, but $25 is $25, right? That's a lot of money. $25, I can go into like the shops and grab like loaf of bread easily, couple of vegetables. That'll get me through like a week, right? Which is, people would be like, that's not even realistic. It's like, if you eat nothing but bread and vegetables, you can make it through a week with $25. You won't have anything lavish. You'll be drinking water while eating bread and like a zucchini. But yeah, exactly. Can make them a decent meal for 3 for like $10. Yeah. So like we buy a lot of vegetables. Like a lot of vegetables. I love vegetables. They're my favorite. I would die if I can't eat zucchini. I love courgette. It is my favorite. Courgette. I don't know, there's just something about it that's really nice. But like, when you're like me at the moment and you're in between jobs and you're like, oh yeah, this has got to go somewhere, or I will have to go back to school, which I'm already looking back into, or getting a full-time job, which I qualify quite easily, and there's a couple of people who really need workers right now, and I'm kind of going, I really want to put my name down, right? But that's a Monday to Friday work job, which it will take up all of my time. Like what we did, like what we stream, right? That'll be gone. So I'm I don't know. The job market is ass, but there's like a lot of we need help ASAP, casual, $25 an hour, which for you guys is like $14 an hour, by the way. It's the average. But that's still $25 an hour, right? That's still the average minimum wage per hour. Wait, minimum wage was like $8 for you guys, right? Something like that. Regardless, it's pretty much like our minimum wage here, because our dollar is like, one of our dollars is like half of your dollars. American. So yeah. 6 to 8. Yeah, see. We have like, I think it was either, what was it, 16 for federal minimum wage for like stuff like kids and stuff, right? But that's the equivalent of $6 an hour. Yeah. Well, yeah, because servers are, like bartenders and servers and stuff, like waiters and waitresses are supposed to get like tips, right? We don't have a tipping system here, so we need to get paid as is. Which, it's really nice getting tipped from like people when you do art for them and they think it's really good, so they throw you an extra, but it's like, in a modern society, it kind of isn't great. Unless it's like, you know you will be tipped. Like America, right? So it's gonna be like $3 an hour? What the fuck? They're the ones doing most of the work, like the cooks and shit. They definitely should be getting paid like a payable wage. Just saying. That's fucked. Ah. No, that is absolutely rigged. I've looked into like around here, waitressing jobs. People aren't looking for waitressing jobs. Like locally where I am, but we take hour here. So like we had the minimum you can get from like an entry point position is $50K a year salary, right? For a full-time job. But for Americans, that's $30K, right? That doesn't sound too bad, but that's obviously like the lowest rung you can get. I'd make more your night work than some servers if they get it. Yeah, exactly. I totally get that. No, it sucks. Cause here's the thing, I'm under the philosophy if you get paid well, right? I feel like my prices reflect my comfortable spot because it's in a position where I know I can't afford to work guilt or charge lower. Yeah, see, I'm charging like absolutely minimum wage for myself. Like absolutely. I'm not even doing Australian minimum wage. I'm doing legitimately American minimum wage, like $6 an hour. It usually takes me like, let's say $6. No, sorry, 6 hours of art, right? And it's like $14. So, yeah, that's roughly right. $50 for a fucking picture. Which I need to change, by the way. I can't keep doing that anymore. Don't even talk about it? Oh my god. Is it really bad? Like, is it actually really bad? California, I thought, was supposed to be, like, the worst place for, like, work. Because it's like, oh, you can have unpaid interns, teehee. Unpaid intern for you! Unpaid intern for me! Someone who lives in California? Yeah. No, that's completely fair. What did I change my full body illustrations to? Hang on. Let's see. $80. $80 for a full body illustration? I'm fucking crazy. Do you know how much I used to charge for like when I had like a furry audience? $200. Which isn't a lot Australian, but still. Like for you guys, my $200 was like $80, but still. No, they have some sort of pay or school credits? Huh. Like establishment credit? That's weird. Anya! Thank you for the headbutts. Welcome in. Good to see you. We're talking about the bullshit of minimum wage. Because I have to get a job. And I really don't want to. I want to be a streamer and yap at you guys every day. So that means, oh yeah, no, it is half body illustrations I do, which are fully rendered, is fucking $50. I'm gonna have to up my prices, but I'll still be doing specials and stuff, which is good. And having the chippies be cheap, because chippies are pretty easy. I just want to make shit accessible for people, you know? Like, that's why I want to do, like, pay what you want and stuff. And I understand the struggle of job searching. Yeah. It's, not fun. There's a couple of places I looked at, and they're like, yeah, we're hiring. We need ASAP. we're willing to train, and I'm just there like, oh, foul, mistress, you fucking tempt me. Foul, foul, mistress. School you can get credits towards full degree or some... What credit? Oh! You don't mean like... I thought you meant like, oh, like a school university card where it's like, you put money on it, and then you can go buy stuff from like the canteen or whatever. Like the cafeteria. You mean like credits as in like points? Like, oh, you get points for being a good boy. Excuse me? You don't get paid, you get good boy points? Huh? Okay, please explain before I lose my shit, and then just start paying all of my mods in good boy points. As in, like, okay. Okay. You get report cards. You get report cards for work? So I'm assuming if you get, like, oh, you did bad today. I'm assuming if you get, like, bad, right? That you get money deducted? Is that what's happening? Is that how that works? So, like, if you get, like, oh, you got the normal score, you get your normal wage. No? I was gonna say, that doesn't sound legal. I mean, it's America, not a lot of shit is legal there, but, like, come on. I mean, it's only legal in America. That's it. Would never fucking fly anywhere around the world.
That was a good sippy.
I'm sorry, I have to pause the video. I'm genuinely confused. Dizen! Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Thank you. We're talking fucking American bullshit, and I'm just... Huh? Wait. It would be legal probably, but if you do bad, you can just be removed no warning unless you have a contact with the... Oh. You guys don't have contracts. We even have contracts for our casual workers here. That pretty much just say, hey, you'll be casual. We'll give you whatever we can give you. If you're not needed, fuck off. Are we talking at will employment? Yeah. That's okay, so we have 3 terms in Australia for work. It's casual, part-time, and full-time. So, casual is like pretty much, oh, just come in when we ask you to come in. Part-time is they give you like 3 days a week, nothing the next week, another 3 days, etc., etc. Full-time is full-time employment, so like 5 days a week, minimum 40 hours a week, etc., etc. That just sounds like a casual contract without the contract. That's fucked. The seasonal a la carte, part-time, full-time, and salary job. Right. So I'm assuming a la carte just means as it is in French, which is just like it's on the table. Right? Whatever's there is there. Because, like, we have seasonal as well, but that usually just falls under casual. Because it's like, we'll need you for XYZ, like, this hour, that hour. Stuff like that, right? Yeah, yeah. Those be temp workers? Technically? I don't know. Our system's really easy. It's pretty much like if you're a casual, you're taking whatever they give you. Part-time is you get XYZ hours a week. Full-time is full 40 over hours a week. Right? But you always have a contractual basis, even if it is like casual, because it is like the legality is like, hey, we might not have anything for you for 3 months, but we might have something like the next month. Is that cool? We need you to sign off on it so we don't get in trouble legally. Yeah. Which maybe I should make a temp contract for my for my brother. Here you go, sweetie, have this. It's like, what is it? It's like, oh, it's a contract. You give me 50,000 burritos for no money. You get paid nothing. Just sign it, don't worry. I don't know why I started role-playing as a grandma, being like, I'm going to get so many burritos. You're going to get jack shit. The burrito grandma strikes again. Don't do it, Gagper. I don't... Actually, I don't know if he would bring me a burrito. Grandma says! Yeah! Can you fucking imagine if he actually signed it, though, and then he's like, I have to bring my sister the burritos. And I have no money, and I'll be like, yay. Wasting all of the money that I don't have and that he barely has because he's helping me pay rent. Same with mom. Which is why I'm feeling so guilty about it. Imagine sad Gakper with my, here's your burrito. Technically, I'm his employer. Because I asked him... Technically, he is already a temp. Because I asked him, like, hey, if we have, like, 5+ orders, we already do, by the way. If we have, like, 5+ orders for Oshi Press, can you help out? And he's like, yeah. Of course I can help out, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, cool. Verbal contract. You can't prove anything in court. I'm a bad employer. Don't break, bitch! No! Stop that. Okay. Oh, we actually do have a commission. That's neat. I just checked VGen. Chat, save the stream. Verbal contracts are binding, at least in the US. Well, they're kind of contractual here as well. Because if you agreed upon it, and then that was like the basis, it's like, well, you agreed upon it. Are you fucking stupid? It's like, well, can you prove that they said this? It's like, they texted me and said, can you come help me Friday? They didn't come Friday. Oh yeah, well, you fucked. You didn't go help him, you fucking cunt. What an asshole. Why didn't you help your friend, eh? He's trying to move. Come on. Help him on Friday. I didn't know if it was this Friday or last Friday. It doesn't fucking matter. He said Friday. Gotta fucking help him. Could be any Friday. Ooh. That's why you're always hyper-specific in your clauses. Your Honor is simply AI. I got deepfaked? Oh my god. Your Honor, you see, that is a pink fox girl. Clearly, I, a trash goblin, cannot have a pink, cute fox aesthetic. I'm sorry. I would never do that. That is so funny. That is actually so funny. This person has a pretty high rating. All 100%? Brr. So, for commercial content use. Your Honor, I simply do not have a brother. I've never met this man before. A commissioner's on VGen. Yeah. So on VGen, right? It is a artist and customer based commission thing, right? So if you have just say a scammer who's an artist, right? They'll have like 50,000 negative things on them. But here's the thing with customers, they also can do that to show like, oh yeah, no, this person like keeps backcharging me. You know what I mean? They keep backcharging me. They were terrible to work with. They were nitpicky. They're a bastard. They backfiled my fucking money. Stuff like that, right? So I think it's a really good system, but like the UI is just so finicky. Backcharge. Yeah, so like file back claim. So if you pay someone and then they're like, I don't like this art, or oh, I like this art, but I want my money back. They can just get their money back through PayPal by hitting like chargeback. They scam me. Which is a very real thing that does happen, by the way. Which is why I have a legal clause in my terms of service, which is if you try to file back me, I can and will go to authorities. I am a legal business. You will be scamming. So that's kind of fucked. So far, it's stopped a lot of chargebacks or people going, I'm just going to refund it. And then I go, okay, alternatively, what would make you not file it back? What would make you want to keep it? And then they're like, oh, I don't like XYZ. And I go, it's kind of on you. Explanation. I've already told PayPal, claim this dispute, blah, blah, blah. You're in the wrong. They sided with me. Sorry. Go fuck yourself. It sucks. Yeah. There's no point in scamming. Service is not rendered. Oh, they had to use that when it was introduced when selling a PC. Yep. So, what was it? Artisanal computers had like 50,000 charges, and everyone was like, we want our computers, and they're like, no, stupid. I'm gonna be a streamer and I'm gonna be the next Elon Musk, but not a douchebag. But he was a douchebag. He didn't actually fucking do the computers. Absolute fucking monkey. If I ever run into that dude, right? I will tell him to his face, you are an actual fucking monkey. You had everything going for you. You couldn't just tell your workers, hey, I'm going to pay you. Here's the payment receipt. Please make these computers. It's not hard. Yeah. So custom PCs essentially upcharge for the service of making the PC. Right. So like everything you can buy off Newegg, right? Even if it's terrible. Newegg is a terrible site. Absolutely fucking horrible. But you go on Newegg, you just buy a bunch of parts. It's like $2,000. You get the same parts, plus case, etc., right? $4,000. This is Australian. It's like 1,000 versus like 2.5k for you guys, but the point still stands. Yeah, I get that part because someone is sourcing and building, but my gripe is everything else. Yeah. Like, it is, you literally just pay. Here's the best part they don't want to tell you though, right? They get all of their shit cheap because they're buying in bulk, and they probably have a sponsorship deal of, not a sponsorship like a YouTube sponsorship, but a sponsorship deal of, we will give you a good discount if you make people like keep buying this brand from us. So just say Nvidia, right? Yeah. So just say Nvidia. Nvidia goes to buildingpc.com. Hey, you guys, we'll sponsor you, give you a discount code every time you order from us. Yeah, vendor markdown, exactly. Yeah, we'll give you a discount every time you order from us if you keep using a lot of Nvidia stuff. And you'll be like, oh, bet, absolutely. They get like 50% off that shit. The manufacturing costs for like a fucking graphics card are literally like $200. The $2,000 fucking, what is it, the 5070 or whatever they are literally like $20 to manufacture. So, I remember when my 3060 Ti, right? My 3060 Ti was $2,000. I didn't pay for it at that price. I did not pay for it at that price. Absolutely fucking no way. I got mine for like $500 because they just announced the 4K series. So the 4060s, the 4080s, etc., etc. So my 3060 Ti became incredibly cheap because everyone was like, huh? And hop up to the next graphics card. And it's like, bruh, it's fine. The 3060 legitimately just came out then too. Like, it was like, oh, it's a 3060 but better, right? It's a 3060 but better. It's really good. It's like up there with like 3090s. It's pretty good in like quality, etc., etc. But we just got the 40 series coming out, so no one wants a 30 something anymore. They want a 40 something. And I was just like sitting there like, it just came out. It's like a month old, and they're like, yeah, but don't you want a 4080 instead? And I was like, it hasn't even come out yet. They just announced it. Yeah, but don't you want a 4080? You want a 4080. Don't worry about a 3060 Ti. Come on, babes. I'm like, I need a PC now. I need a PC now. There is nothing wrong with a 3060 Ti. They're really good, actually. Don't you want to fill out pockets? Yeah. That's the whole fucking upsell. Like, oh, you could be getting the red Ferrari GTX, whatever. But don't you want the brand new Ferrari, the GTZ? It's brand new. Nothing has changed except we say it goes faster. I forget Nvidia has some backup moments, like the new one's exploding. Oh god. Oh my fucking god, that's so funny. Yeah, no, I want to play Minecraft. Yeah, that was me. I was streaming on the equivalent of a fucking Pentium 4 Intel i3 laptop. It barely could run Facebook. I would like my 3060 Ti. And they're like, we'll give you a discount code for when it comes out. It's only $4,000. And I was like, no, the $500 graphics card is fine, thanks. I love Nvidia. Cool, it even does like, he's like, oh. Nvidia, I'm not joking when I say this, I've had such bad experiences with anything fucking Nvidia. No, I want my MacBook level graphics. Minecraft, I couldn't run Minecraft. It was laggy as fuck. I had to turn it all the way down. No clouds, no particle effects. I am interested in looking at the new shaders on Minecraft though. I might. Maybe that's something we could do. After stream today, maybe we could all go back on Minecraft. I'm literally so content. Oh, I'm not joking when I say this, Ren. My laptop was worse than a Chromebook. It was like Nana's first laptop. The cheapest of the cheap, $200. Yeah, all of us. Well, I'm sorry you don't have Minecraft. Soon. You show me this? I know. I know. To be fair, as long as it can run a drawing program, you're fine. If you can run Google Chrome, you can run OBS. I know that's really controversial, but at least it's like okay, what if I get a smart, oh my god. I have a 1990s fridge my dad gave to me, like, in my room, right? I've got my little mini fridge. It's really small. It's a very, very small little, like, mini fridge. It is a full-size fridge, but it's mini. Like, it's an actual fridge, not like one of those, like, the weird little ones that don't actually get cold. Like, I have, like, ice cream and shit in my freezer. You can run Minecraft on a smart fridge. Can you imagine? Nah, gotta get on the smart fridge. I wanna, yeah, you guys in the kitchen, we'll do like a fucking cooking stream, but you have to put me on your smart fridge. Get your iPad, stick it to your fucking fridge. Don't have an iPad, use your phone. That is so funny. Wait. Today's National Grilled Cheese Day! Today's National Grilled Cheese Day. I'll just strap it to the microwave. Actually, that would be cool. I think I need to get a new paper filter for my microwave. What are they called? What were they called? It's like the magnesium strips or whatever they're called. Like the little paper doors in your microwave. I might have to get another one of those. My one's pretty bad. And I've noticed like the cooking is uneven in my microwave lately, so I'm like, The paper door. Yeah, there's like a little magnesium strip thing in microwaves. X-ray blocker, yeah, but not really. I have a really old microwave. The microwave blocker, I think it is. Yeah. The microwaves. It's the... I'm just gonna put microwave paper. Microwave. Yeah. The microwave blocker paper. It's... I think it's magnesium, was it? No. I know what I'm talking about. But the little papery do that you put on like the side of your old style microwaves that like emits the microwaves. Yeah. I might need to grab one of those, or at least double check how much they would be. Because, like, at this point, I'm like, I don't really want to get rid of my microwave, because I've got all the hand-me-down stuff, right? I've got, like a early 2000s microwave. I've got, like, my 1990s fridge. It makes chicken noises because the refrigerant in it, and the pump is old, so it makes, like, bark noises. It's really cute. I call it the chicken fridge. But, like, I also have to, like, I don't know. I'm fine with the leftovers, right? Like, we have, like, an actual kitchen. But I like having, like, stuff in my room Like an adult. Like I made it into like a little mini studio, right? So it's like I've got like I made like a little kitchen cabinet. So I could have like my coffee frothers in there, my coffee maker. I got my little fridge. I got my little desk here. I've got all my stuff, my bed's over there. Yeah. It's good. I'm like, man, I really should look into getting new stuff, and then it's like, oh, I don't want to. My stuff works. I'm not getting rid of shit that works. You use canned air for fridge coolant? Oh yeah, I did hear that because it still evaporates and then condenses. I thought it was air originally though, right? It is air.
Grew increasingly erratic and disturbing. They began to experience intense paranoia and startled to distrust one another, believing that they had been manipulated by the researchers. As the days dragged on without sleep, the subjects descended into madness. They reported seeing horrifying hallucinations and hearing voices whispering to them in the darkness. Some subjects mutilated themselves in an attempt to stay awake, while others engaged in
what was this story?
outbursts
Oh, Russian sleep experiment. Okay.
against their fellow prisoners. Despite their deteriorating mental and physical health, the subjects showed an astonishing resilience to sleep deprivation. Defying the researchers' expectations, the experiment continued unabated, with the researchers determined to push the limits of human endurance. However, just as the researchers believed that they could achieve their desired results, the situations took a horrifying turn.
I know it's like something it squishes with the air pressure going through the like the murder. It goes through the murder, which then like pressurizes it, which makes it a solid, and then returns back, creating like a cold vacuum essentially, and goes cold, and then has like the hot boys on the back, and then the cold on the in the middle. It's really cool, actually. I really like how like refrigerators work, the same way that like air conditioners work.
One of the subjects, driven to the brink of insanity, attacked a guard and severely injured him. In the chaos that followed, the researchers decided to terminate the experiments and open the chamber. Upon entering the chamber, the researchers were met with a scene of unimaginable horror. The subjects had descended into a state of primal savagery, with evidence of violence and cannibalism.
Oh yeah, I literally watched a guy like rant about refrigerators for an hour. Well, I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, the chemical that they use like is like actual coolant, like car coolant, I think it is. No, it's not car coolant, sorry. It's like fuck, what was it? It was something that like you pour out and it would like kill shit. It would kill like the ground, which is why you have to be really careful with it. It was something like that, I remember.
Cannibalism scattered throughout the entire room. The subjects' bodies were mutilated, their faces frozen in expressions of sheer terror. In the end, only one subject remained alive, barely clinging to life amidst the carnage. As the researchers attempted to communicate with him, he uttered a chilling phrase: "We are not meant to sleep." The story concludes.
That does sound pretty toxic.
True purpose and
because
consequences
tetrafluoride and then ethane, which is
hidden from the world as
what
the dark
ethanol.
secret of human experience.
Ethanol by itself is naturally toxic.
Zalgo.
Oh no,
Is a
Zalgo!
popular internet meme and a character often featured in a creepypasta stories.
Oh no!
The concept originated from a webcomic concept by artist Dave Kelly called Control-Alt-Delete in 2004. In the comic, a character named Loss experiences a glitched text, which fans jokingly referred to as Zalgo text. This glitched text consisted of distorted and corrupted characters, giving it an eerie and chaotic appearance. Over time, Zalgo evolved into a character associated with horror and the supernatural. Zalgo is depicted as a malevolent entity or deity of chaos and corruption, capable of distorting reality and driving individuals to madness. In many stories and artworks, Zalgo is depicted as a shadowy feature with tentacles, surrounded by swirling vortexes of darkness. Zalgo has become a prominent figure and popular figure in online horror communities. Rugrats Theory. The Rugrats theory is a popular internet theory that gained traction in online communities, particularly among fans of the animated television series Rugrats, which aired from 1991 to 2004. The theory posits a dark and disturbing interpretation of the show's characters and events, suggesting that the babies in the series are actually figments of Angelica's imagination. According to the theory, Angelica, the bossy and spoiled toddler, is the only real character in the show, while the other babies exist only in her mind.
I'm not sure if you guys remember this, but there was actually like a miscarriage episode in the Rugrats. That isn't a joke, by the way. Like, there was actually, like, Angelica's mom asks Angelica, it's like, hey, how would you feel about having, like, a baby brother or sister? And then she has, like, the nightmare with the big-ass baby. And she wakes up, and she's like, you know what? I'd be okay with that, mommy. And then her mom's like, oh, sorry, sweetie, we're not actually gonna have another baby. And she was really sad about it, and I was like, oh. Either she had a chemical pregnancy, which is like a false positive, or she told Angelica that, like, she told her point blank, like, yeah, you're gonna be like a big sister, wouldn't it be so cool? And then nothing after. It's kind of bad.
Tommy, Chucky, Phil, Lil, and the other babies are said to be Angelica's creations, representing various aspects of her psyche. For example, Tommy is a stillborn baby. Chucky died in a car accident along with his mother. Phil and Lil were aborted. And Susie is a neighbor's daughter who Angelica never met. So
Did you just call Susie Sussy? Hang on.
and Lil were aborted. And Susie is a neighbor.
She's not Sussy from fucking... She's not Sussy from fucking Gumball, you fucking 2010s child. What the fuck? Oh yes, my random neighbor, Sussy from Gumball.
Neighbor's daughter who Angelica never met.
Oh my
Supporters
god.
of the theory point to various episodes and instances in the show where Angelica's interactions with the baby seem surreal or disconnected from reality. They also draw parallels between certain episodes and Angelica's subconscious desires or fears. Pretty interesting, and it's kind of weird theory in general. Normal corn for normal people.
Oh yeah, this one was good.
Corn for normal people, and I can't say the actual corn word, just replace C with P, and you got the word, but you know what I'm saying. Normal corn for normal people is a creepypasta story that circulated on the internet. The tale describes a mysterious website that supposedly hosted a collection of seemingly mundane videos titled Normal Corn for Normal People. However, as the story progresses, it becomes apparent that the videos depicted increasingly disturbing and grotesque content, far from anything considered normal. The narrative unfolds through a series of emails exchanged between the protagonist and an anonymous sender who claims to have stumbled upon the website. As the protagonist delves deeper into the mystery, they uncover unsettling details about the site's origins and the disturbing nature of its content.
Was the one I just did.
Dead Bart. Dead Bart is a creepypasta story that gained popularity on the internet through creepypastas and stuff like that. The tale revolves around an alleged lost episode of the animated television series The Simpsons. According to the story, the episode, titled Dead Bart, was never aired due to disturbing content in the story. A former animator of The Simpsons recounts discovering a VHS tape labeled Dead Bart among a collection of other old episodes. Curious, they decided to just watch it. The episode starts like any other Simpsons episode, with Bart skateboarding through Springfield. However, as the story progresses,
Well-
strange and unsettling events unfold.
Hugh! Thank you, thank you! Thank you so much for the resub! Thank you, thank you, thank you! I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you. 7-month streak? God damn, you've been here from the beginning. I can't believe that. Yippee! Also, Hugh, I've turned to the dark side. You don't understand, Hugh. 6 months? Oh, 1 month out. That's it. Wow. Wait, how old is my channel? Nearly 8 months? I'm nearly a baby! A whole ass baby! Which dark side? Okay, look at this cute raccoon girl here. Super cute raccoon girl, right? Wow, she's so cool. Lol, JK, she's a furry! Ah, I made a furry. I need another Facerner. Please help me. I missed... She's not nude, she's got fur. It's okay. Oh no, the horror, I know. I missed being able to draw my friends. Like, their Facernies, and there is not having a Facerni. So I made a girl so I can... I made a Facerni. I made a Facerni so I can draw myself with my friends. I don't have a problem. Hey, I'm gonna break for a second, putting the aircon on. Can you make up your mind? It's either Aussie summer. It's technically Aussie fall, but... There we go. Ah! Wait! Fuck it off. I am not furry, I am a dog. Okay. I guess that counts. Well, are you fuzzy? Are you furry? Do you have fur on you? That counts. You can draw humans as furries too. Yeah, but it doesn't look right having generic anime girl next to like a very stylized persona. So I made a persona so I can draw myself with my friends. So I made her Nekomimi form. And then her furry form, and she has a cute little triangle nose. Eh. Even in human form, she has a triangle nose. And that stupid little snaggletooth like mine. I love her! I woke up in a cold sweat thinking, why didn't I call her Roxanne? Like Roxanne the raccoon, and it's like... That's a little on the nose, isn't it? That's a little on the nose. The Galaxy stream? I am! Hi, Jock. I am streaming. I'm ranting about my new Fursoni, who is like B&A. She's secretly a Tanuki girl. Well, she's not a Tanuki. She's actually a raccoon. She's an American Western raccoon, which is a completely different thing to a Tanuki. Because Tanukis are dogs. I want to say Tanuki because B&A has a Tanuki girl, but I'm not a Tanuki. This is a classic at the back of your fucking McDonald's in the dumpster diving raccoon. You give a little bit of a Frankfurt, give a little bit of a hot dog. Gonna eat that? I love the goth e-girl vibes. Thanks, this is what I wear IRL. Tanuki? No, you're the Tanuki. I gotta go make a listing for my Sparkle Dog because people like it. Yeah, no, I love Sparkles. Sparkle Dogs are one of my favorites. If I got back into like the furry scene, my friend Mudasora has been like, babes, come to FurCon, and I'm like, no money. She's like, come to FurCon. I was like, I have no money, but I'm sorry. She's like, come hang out at FurCon. Give. And it's like, I don't. I'm not furry. It's like fun. Come hang out. It's like, I legitimately, the last furry con I went to was 2018. And that was like my first and ever last furcon. It was down Sydney, and I was like, yeah, cool. And then I immediately got hit on in the hotel lobby. And I was like, okay. But I did spend all night dancing with Mutt on the dance floor, so that was pretty fun. And I made a lot of like little furry friends, who I'm still friends with today, by the way, like Mega, and like, I didn't meet Mega, but I met Mega's friends, Mikor and Ella Emufa. Who else did I meet? Well, Mutt was there, obviously. And me. I want to go to oh, dude, you should go to a furcon. They're really fun, but expect openly sexual people towards you because that's the whole brand. They go there to fuck around, have open relationships, and like be having fun. They're party guys. I'm not joking when I say this, sir. It was really fun, but like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I'm kind of a prude. I heard they make private, you could never, oh yeah, no. Unless you're fucking, then you can get in. If you have Bad Dragon, they'll probably let you in. It's really wild. Like, I met my friend there who was running the convention, and I was just there for, like, hanging out, like, as he asked me to come to, like, help out with stuff, right? So, I'm not really into, I'm good at business side stuff, so he wanted some help, right? I was there as an unofficial volunteer. But, pretty much what ended up happening was like, oh dude, it was so funny. His partner, his boyfriend at the time, his now husband, was like, are you fucking my friend? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, I mean, it'd be okay if you are. We're in an open furry relationship. I'm like, no, we only see each other like, I've known him since he was like 13. No thanks. No thanks. I don't do the open fucking. I have a hard enough time fucking normally. I have to like be friends with someone for a long time to do that kind of shit, right? Which is really funny because everyone's like, oh, Gaki, you're such a horny bitch. And I'm like, really? I've only had like 3 dicks my entire life. Hang on, I gotta count that. Yeah, I've only had like 3 dicks my entire life. And they came from like relationships. I'm sorry, I am didn't notice it was a relationship and an open furry. Well, open furry relationship is you're kind of assuming you're gonna be fucking around. An open relationship is like, you didn't meet at a fur convention going, I love fucking around. Yeah, so you kind of go into a relationship knowing you're gonna be open and fucking around. But yeah, no, he's like, oh, I mean, it's okay if you are. And I'm like, no. I would be open with you because you're, like, engaged to, like, my friend. But, like, no, I've known them since they were, like, 13. No way. I'm kind of a prude, actually. And he's like, but you're here. And I'm like, yeah. I'm here for helping with the business side stuff. And he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, it's okay. Bro, it's okay. It's okay. He just kind of assumed I was like, oh, you must be one of, like, my boyfriend's fuck boyfriends. I'm like, no! I'm here for business side administration helping. And also, like, hoarding around the, I'm the safe friend, you give me your drink while you go pee and party with guys kind of safe friend, right? I was there for, like, helping business side stuff, and also, like, he asked me to come because he's like, yeah, I would like you to, like, I don't think people say, no, yeah, that's what I thought, right? That's what I thought. I was like, to be fair, these people are known to have fucked half of the furry community. They're very famous in, like, fucking. What's a safe friend? A safe friend is, like, you know you can hang out with, like, the kids, like, the aunt, or, like, the mum friend. You can be like, hey, can you, like, watch the kids for a second, and then you'll come back and they'll be fine? Yeah. Or, like, what's another good one? You have a drink and you want to go fuck a dude, and you want to go party on, like, the dance floor, and you're like, hey, babe, can you watch my drink? And you're like, oh, yeah, sure, of course, I can watch your drink for you. And you know that drink has got your back for, like, being a designated driver. It's like a safe. I'm the grandma friend. I'm the grandma friend. Maybe the burrito grandma is kind of accurate for me, actually. Maybe I am the burrito grandma. No, but, so, I'm the designated therapy dog. Ah. But, yeah, so he kind of just assumed, because he's like, he didn't know friends, fuck friends, right? But they were there to, like, meet up with them and go do shit, obviously. So he straight up was like, oh, are you one of the fuck friends? And I'm like, no. No, sorry. That's not me. I'm here for the, like, hanging out with the younger kids, because I don't drink, and there's, like, an 18 plus section, and I don't really want to hang out in the 18 plus section. I was, like, in the, like, I was, like, 20. I was like 20, and I'm like, I'm gonna go hang out in, like, the artist alley, and, like, the 18 or younger section, not the 18 over. I'm gonna go hang out with, like, the safer workers. So they're like, yeah, we figured you'd be like that. Can you, like, just make sure, like, I had, like, a little group of, like, kids. Not little kids, but, like 15 to 18-year-old, little furry kids who were, like, kind of their first convention, and, like, oh, what do we do? Like, what's this? And it's like, I think I was there to make sure none of the creepy adults came over, but they didn't, obviously, because they were too busy with their actual adult friends. But just in general, helping the kid group run around, and it's like, I'm the DD, yeah, I'm the designated driver, yeah. I was, while Rico was, like, going and doing stuff, and fucking friends, and doing this and that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna hang out with the kids, and we're just gonna have, like, hey, do you guys want to go, like, to Chinatown? There's, like, a really good restaurant down here. Like, we can go, there's, like, a Macca's up the road. Like, I can walk you around. Like, I'm only, like, 2 years older than you, but, like, I'm very familiar with this area. Don't worry, come on. And I was, like, leading this little group of chickens around. It was really cute. But, like, yeah. It was really funny, because it's like, yeah, I'm auntie. I'm not very, like... It's really funny, because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna post nudes and lewds, and then, like, you meet me, and I'm like, stop that, my bestie Luke is like, not Lex, Luke, which is our other IRL bestie, is like, you're like an Oni-san, and I'm like, you're a tsundere older sister. I'm like, I'm not fucking tsundere. I'm not fucking tsundere. And he's like, well, that's what a tsundere would say. And I'm like, then that's a catch-22. I couldn't win. You can't win when someone calls you a fucking tsundere, because if you're like, oh yeah, I'm not, they go, That's what a tsundere would say. But yeah, everyone's like, Noragaki, you're like everyone's oldest sister, and I'm like, well, it's not like I like you or anything and want to make sure that you're fine. Baka. Gaki and the dairy of it. Apparently I'm a fucking tsundere older sister type. Which, can't see it. Sorry. Yippee! Can't see it. I can't see it.
Old. The episode takes
Gaki bred at its finest, prime tsundere. He literally, I'm not joking. I sat with Luke, right? We went to games night. I sat with fucking Luke. I'm tapping my nails because I'm aggro right now. I'm like, that's what a tsundere is. I sat with Luke and I was like, no, listen, a brat is not a tsundere. And he's like, Gaki, they're kind of related. And I'm like, no. And he's like, Gaki, they're kind of related. And I was like, no, they're completely different. It's like, but they're kind of related. And I just like, I was in like a full fucking, like whiny, like, no, I'm not, no, how dare you? And he's like, that's exactly. Brad is asexual to the romance singing. What? Oh, it didn't work because you capitalized it. The dairy specifically for romance dynamics. Yeah, but that's what I was trying to argue. You can be a brat with no romance to peeps. That is true. That is very true. But he says, in general, I am
They're
tsundere.
like cousins.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they're like sisters, if anything. But, I was arguing no to both, and I am so totally correct. Yep. I'm so totally correct. Take it from me, Grant Deebs, who hasn't seen an anime in months and just read shonen. Typically, yes, it's fun. Wow. Wow. Okay, I see how it is. You just want to mess with me? Wow. No, but he sat there for fucking a whole hour. Like, you're such a tsundere, Gaki. I'm not. No. And he's like, well, you're such a brat too. I'm like, no, I'm not. He's like, no, you're both. I'm like, no. I am not. Baka. God, my fucking ears. Jiggle physics. What's the difference between shonen and shoujo and the other type? Shonen is geared towards boys. Shoujo is geared towards girls. So, romance, soft waifu stuff. I was gonna say shonen. That totally makes sense, sir. Also, I'm gonna laugh and upsetting you? Yeah. Well, no. I had everybody at the table going, to be fair, you're kind of tsundere even in relationships, Gaki. And I was like, no, I'm not. And it's like, the fact that you're arguing this makes it very much. Gaki reminds me of a wild, hyperactive fox. Wow. I wonder why. Could it be my giant foxish ears or my giant foxish tail? Or the fact that I'm fucking bouncing up and down? Wait. Wait. Look, here he comes. It's the fox screams. Yeah. Ooh. Bye, Fen. Stop breaking, you fucking bitch. Stop it. Rude. Listen. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Oh, do you know? Yeah, I know Dropout TV. I watch Dropout. Brandon Lee Mulligan is my brother's boyfriend. Not actually, but my brother has a boy crush on him, so I'm like, is that your boyfriend? And he's like, he's married. He's married? How could you? I'm like, so it's your boyfriend? It's romantic, yeah. The Game Changer. Dude, their Game Changer was fucking... The Game Changer was really good. Was that like the fucking took a year in advance one to make? Because that was so good. For adventures, going on an adventure, just moving into Waterdeep. Oh! Yeah. I watched Prime Shonen turn into full shoujo. Dude, unironically, I love shoujo. It's better than jet ski. 2 fucking jet skis, yeah. Fucking Lou just coming in with the, I got a jet ski. And everyone's like, whoa! And then they moves on to fucking, the other big dude, and it's like, oh yeah, we got this. Oh, Jacob, that's his name, Jake. It's like, Jacob's like, yeah, well, I got this. That's cool. And then fucking Vic comes in with the, I stole your wife. I stole your house. And it's like, is that a picture of you in my house? It's like, yes. Here is the title. That is actually the deed to my house. What the fuck? Here's a picture of me in said house. That's a picture of my wife. Yep. She came part of the package. Just like, did she? It's like, no, she came willingly. And he's like, that hurts more. Sam just being like, no, that actually hurts more that she went along with it. Yeah. Is she in the contract? Nah. She went willingly. It's like, that actually hurts more. It was so good. It was so fucking good. Now the secret camera. Yeah, and he's like, Sam started yelling. He's like, oh no! Why am I on my phone so much? Yeah! Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Game Changer is so funny. My brother actually, got it, like, no joke, when College Humor, like, when they dropped out. He literally got it, like, not even, like, a half a year or, like, a year after that. When they made it and they put it up. So I was like, oh, wow. I'm never gonna be interested in this. And he started watching it. So obviously I started watching it and I was like, okay, it's kind of funny. I get it. The bingo card is like, was the last minute swap. Mic trap. Yeah. Don't know how bad it was gonna go. They did it for, yeah. Oh, dude. They brought back Henry. They brought back Henry, the little piggy. They brought back Henry and his little hat. The couples gave me see if his notes and all that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. That was during the writer's strike? Yeah. Well, that was during the writer's strike. Yeah. Yeah. That's like going double on some days. That is so funny. Oh my god. Fucking, oh my god. The fact that they brought back Henry, the little piggy, with the little hat, that actually just destroyed me. Because that was like one of the first things my brother showed me was like, hey, they have a pig. And I'm like, hello, I love piggy. Look at this pig. Yeah, look at this. Book. Do not look at this pig. And it's just like, Sam, you're fucking breaking us. Oh, look, he's got a little hat. It's like, what? Yeah, did you know pigs can wag their tails? Is he doing it right now? It's like, he is. He's going at it. His tail's going fast. And they're like, Sam, you are actually fucking killing me right now. They got, oh, besides the recent one is the second Survivor S game where they got Howie Mandel. Oh, yeah. Actually in, fuck, what was it called? Not Game Changer, it was, actually, they recently had Thomas Sanders, which is the fucking, the guy who did all, like, the vines and shit back in the day and got really famous from it. It's so good. He looks like a guy. Yeah, he looks like a guy now. Like, you remember his vines, and he looks like a little skinny twink man, and you're like, oh, he's this little. No, but he's like, you look at him, right, and it's like, oh, that's obviously like a young adult, skinny little twink guy just came out of being a teenager, and in like the fucking actually, I looked at him and went, that is one whole guy. That is no longer like a little skinny teenager man. That's a guy, man. That is a whole ass guy. You have to watch it, Grant. Oh my god, because it fucking legitimately, you will also go. You made a transition from like 22 Jump Street to like college. Oh my god. I would say more like he turned into the college professor. Professor? College or collage? Wait. I think this is collage. But yeah, fucking, he turned into like, he went from like cleanly shaven. Oh, no, sweetie. Oh, sweetie. Sweetie. Just watch it. Watch it. He went from twink to, this is definitely someone's college professor for art. I literally was like, after a stream video full, yeah, that's fair. They literally, like, I sat there with my brother and they're like, and Thomas Sanders, and I'm like, isn't that the Vine guy? And we looked at him and it's like, that's the Vine guy? That looks like someone's dad. Oh my god, it's so funny. I actually got a lot of those ones right for the actually, and I also got pissed at one of the questions. Nerd things. Tail, go down. Boop. Are we gonna continue watching creepypastas? I am so sorry.
It's a dark turn when Bart falls off his skateboard and dies. The rest of the episode follows the characters coping with Bart's death.
That's a whole
with
aspect.
scenes becoming increasingly disturbing and surreal. The story culminates in a horrifying sequence where Bart's ghost haunts the other characters.
Wait.
Petscop.
Oh, I love
Petscop.
Petscop.
Very deep entry with like just
Petscop is
much
so
lore
good.
to it. So I'll just quickly cover this.
I got a meet and look now. Oh, good, Grant. Thank you for the luggage. I appreciate it.
There's a really good video by Nexpo who goes. Like,
good luck with your
hours
Punk
and
Panda.
hours
Thank
into
you.
deep detail
I appreciate
about
it.
Petscop and the whole game and the Let's Play and whatever. But here, let's just get into it.
A panda,
Petscop
if
is
you
a
will.
unique phenomena in the realm of internet-based horror fiction. Presented initially as a Let's Play
Oh my
series
God.
on YouTube, it quickly gained attention for its intricate storytelling, unsettling atmosphere,
punkta?
and
Oh
immersive
God.
gameplay. The series purported to showcase gameplay footage of an obscure, unreleased PlayStation game from the 1990s called Petscop. However, as the viewers delve deeper into the series, it becomes apparent that
Sorry, I wasn't expecting a fucking game theory style editing suddenly. So them playing game theory with like the... like all of the shit that just happened there was really like out of body for me right then.
Petscop was not a real game, but rather
It was an
a
out-of-body
radical
experience for a
fiction.
sec.
The premise of Petscop revolves around a mysterious video game discovered by the protagonist, Paul. The game appears to be a simple collectathon, where players capture creatures, just known as pets, within various levels. However, as Paul progresses through the game, he uncovers hidden layers of complexities, including secret rooms, cryptic messages, and disturbing imagery. What sets Petscop apart is its attention to detail and world building. The creators meticulously crafted a fictional universe filled with mysteries, puzzles, and dark secrets. The narrative unfolds through a series of in-game recordings, with Paul providing commentary and speculation as he navigates the game's labyrinth levels. One of the most compelling aspects of Petscop is its exploration of themes and kind of scary themes related to childhood trauma, abuse, and the nature of reality. As Paul delves deeper into the game, he begins to uncover unsettling parallels between Petscop and his own past, raising questions about the true nature of the game and its collection to real-life true events in his life. The series captivated viewers with its clever game design elements to convey a deeper narrative, from glitchy textures to hidden passages. Every aspect of Petscop was crafted to create an immersive and unsettling experience. And yeah, that's the basic overview of Petscop. And like I said, there's a lot of videos on YouTube and on the internet about Petscop that go way deeper into the lore, but this was just a quick overview of it.
Out loud.
Smiling Man. The Smiling Man is the central figure in a popular internet urban legend that originated on Reddit.
Yeah,
the story
Petscop.
describes an encounter with a mysterious and unsettling individual who is encountered during a late-night walk. In the story, the narrator recounts walking alone at night when they come across a tall, thin man dancing on the street. The man's unsettling and weird behavior draws the narrator's attention, particularly his unnaturally wide and continuous smile. Despite feeling unnerved and scared, the narrator is transfixed by the man's strange dance, which seems to almost unhuman in his fluidity and grace. As the narrator continues to watch, the Smiling Man notices their presence and begins to...
I got bit by angry pixies? Excuse me? I am sorry? Why did you get bitten by angry pixies? My god.
to approach, his eerie smile never faltering. Sensing danger, the narrator quickly flees, feeling a sense
I heard
of overwhelming
pixels.
dread
Oh, yeah.
and paranoia. Pokemon Creepy Black. Pokemon Creepy Black is a creepypasta story based on a hacked version of the Pokemon Fire Red game for the Game Boy Advance. In the story, the protagonist acquires a mysterious and supposedly cursed copy of Pokemon Fire Red, known as Pokemon Creepy Black. The hacked
Wow,
version of the
Creepy
game
Black.
contains several eerie modifications and additions not found in the original release. These include encountering a ghostly Pokemon
Electricity
named Ghost,
capacitor discharged
which
me because I was trying
supposedly
to.
haunts Lavender Town,
Oh,
a location known for its unsettling and creepy
that's not
music
good.
and urban legends within the Pokemon franchise. As the protagonist progresses through the game, they experience strange and disturbing occurrences, such as encountering glitched Pokemon with disturbing and scary appearances, receiving cryptic messages from non-player characters, and witnessing unsettling events that break the game's normal mechanics. Pokemon Lost Silver. Pokemon Lost Silver is a popular creepypasta story around the Pokemon community and the haunted and cursed copy of Pokemon Silver version for the Game Boy Color. So this is just another Pokemon one that we just covered, Pokemon Black, and this is the Silver version. In the story, the protagonist comes across a weird cartridge of Pokemon Silver at a garage sale or from a friend, with the label missing or replaced with a handwritten Lost Silver label. The protagonist starts playing the game and soon realizes that it is not like any ordinary Pokemon game. As they progress, they encounter various unsettling and eerie events, such as encountering ghostly or glitched Pokemon, receiving disturbing messages from non-player characters, and experiencing glitches that distort the game's normal mechanics.
Bah.
One of the most iconic elements of the story is the encounter with the ghostly corrupted version of the protagonist's original Pokemon, which appears as a twisted, glitched version of the player's previous companion.
Oh?
Rainbow Factory. Rainbow Factory is a popular fan-created story within the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic fandom. It originated as a grim-dark fanfiction written by Aura Dawn and posted on the website.
Okay, for people who have no idea what the fuck that means. So, a grimdark, for those who have no idea what the fuck a grimdark is a grim and dark AU of something. So, for instance, My Little Pony, alternate universes actually kind of got the trend going for this, which is really weird of me to say this, I know. But one of my favorite illustrationists actually does grimdark AUs for My Little Pony. But some knucklehead on my finger is tingly. Dude, I accidentally electrocuted myself twice with a charger. Like a laptop charger. The rushes to the dry breaker have been flipped all day until they got in. Hold several dogs tell me. Right. That sucks. But yeah, so Grimdark is a really... Dub. No! But, I have facial piercings. So, I got electrocuted because I have actual metal facial piercings. So, I was like, oh, but, like, fucking silver isn't, like, as conductive, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I have, what is it? Iodized titanium. No, sorry. It's like surgical titanium facial piercings and my nose piercing and stuff, which is the what you should be having for like your standard of like actual facial jewelry, right? Because silver is soft and malleable, but also usually is like plated. It's not like full silver. So it can actually irritate you if it's nickel underneath. Gold is a standard, but it's also like $200. They're pretty frequent. Oh my god. I scratched my nose with my charger in my hand. I'm not joking, twice. On my old laptop. And it contacted my nose ring twice. In 2 separate occasions. And I got like the tiniest little psst, and I was like, ow. Because, my laptop chargers, were not very, like, especially for, like, the crap top I got, were not very high voltage at all. So I just got, like, a little bit... I've been electrocuted twice. I'm also a naturally staticky person, so... If I ever had to have, like, an element assigned to me, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm lightning, or, like, thunder, or, like, fucking electricity. Because I keep getting electrocuted.
FIMfiction.net.
It's so funny, yeah. Gakus, haha, what you do? Got electrocuted. Again. Surgical metals are go-to piercings. Yeah. It's, So, I don't have, like, a lot of, fake metal because my skin's sensitive. So I have, like... I have either Bioflex, which is silicone. Like, at the moment, my face piercings are, like, silicones. They're, like, little stoppers. You should see me at Costco, oh my god. Or, like, as I said, surgical titanium. If I'd be Pants. Pants, you fool! You have typered and now you're O-ants! Ants who owe everything. I can't believe you've done this. You've cursed yourself. That's terrible. Wait, did I throw that? Hang on a second. Go check my recycling bin real quick. Yippee! Okay. Where did I put my... I'm looking for something in particular. I can't find it. Ah, it's fine. I'll just use that one. Panda gives me gender envy, as do most women that draw people. To be fair, she's just wearing whatever IRL. But look. This is, I hate to break it to you, but this is my persona. I'm sorry. I have made persona. Look with your eyes. Look with your special eyes. Persona. I legitimately was like, I'm gonna draw myself as a fucking raccoon. And then I was like, okay, I drew myself as a raccoon girl. That's great, but what if she had a furry form so I can draw myself furry with my friends? Technically, it's B&A, which is not furry. By definition of, I said so, fuck you. I said so, fuck you.
In the story, the Rainbow Factory is depicted
I'm not
as
a furry.
Located in
I'm
Cloudsdale.
not a
The
furry.
city
Oh,
is
that's fucking
inhabited
back.
by
Why?
The factory
Why
is
are you
responsible for
backtracking?
Producing rainbows for Equestria.
That's a furry, and you know what?
But
It
does
is
so
a
through
furry.
dark and disturbing process.
This is a furry
Degrassi, who
form.
failed to meet the standards of flight and color,
This is a
are
furry
sent to
form.
the Rainbow Factory to be turned into
This
rainbow-colored fluids,
is a
which are
Kameno
then
Mimi.
used to create rainbows. The narrative follows a young Pegasus named Scottaloo.
Did you just say Pegasus named Scottaloo? Is this an AI voice actor? You guys heard that right? I'm not hallucinating. A young Pegasus named Scottaloo.
Are then used to create rainbows. The narrative follows a young Pegasus named Scottaloo.
Okay, he said earlier in this as well, he said Sussy instead of Susie for Susie Carmichael, the little black girl in fucking Rugrats. Also, how do you get Pegasus wrong? Hang on, I'm really quickly gonna... Let me just, Doesn't say anything about having AI. Okay, how can he mispronounce Susie as Sussy? Susie. As in Susie, that's very sus. Ah! I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna stop mispronouncing everything. Right? I'm gonna stop mispronouncing everything like this guy does.
Who discovers the truth about the Rainbow Factory and its horrifying operations. Despite warnings from her peers, she decides to investigate the factory, leading to a series of harrowing encounters and revelations. Rainbow Factory is known for its just dark atmosphere
Why am I
inside
talking?
of a more happy original atmosphere, which is My Little Pony. Yeah.
Here we pronounce Suzy as sushi, which means dirt in Japanese. Oh my god. That's hilarious, but I'm sorry, I don't understand how, unless you don't know who Suzy is. I will now pronounce you as RAKUGAKI. Ooh, fuck. That's a mouthful. Congratulations. Yeah. Good job. Good job. I'm gonna... I want to keep shitting on this guy. But not like in a mean way, but in like a... What other words is he saying wrong way?
Yeah, interesting theory. Cupcakes. Yet another fan fiction within the My Little Pony. Friendship is...
Rets and Gunkai. I think that's how you say that, right? Ratsun Konkai. Honkai Star Rail!
Magic fandom. It was written by an author using the pseudonym Sergeant Sprinkles and first posted on the website 4chan in 2011.
Oh, fuck.
The story follows the character Pinkie Pie as she invites her friend Rainbow Dash over to her house for a baking session. However, over if Rainbow Dash arrives, she quickly realizes that Pinkie Pie's intentions are far from innocent. Instead of baking cupcakes like they were meant to do, Pinkie Pie reveals that she plans to brutally torture and mutilate Rainbow Dash. God, what am I even making videos on at this point? Okay, anyways.
Shut the fuck up,
Intending to
man, just
turn her
read.
into a cupcake. What follows is a graphic and disturbing depiction of violence and sadism, as Pinkie Pie gleefully...
I can understand sadism as sadism. But Scootaloo as Scottaloo? This has to be an AI narrator.
tortures Rainbow Dash while narrating her actions in a cheerful and upbeat manner. The story culminates in Rainbow Dash's...
You know who this guy sounds like? This guy sounds like that guy who was called out for being an AI robot. Do you know the lore of the Purdy Ariane? I do not.
gruesome death, with her body being used as an ingredient in Pinkie Pie's twisted baking recipe. Cupcakes gained infamy within the My Little Pony fandom for its extreme violence, which sharply contrasts with the show's typically lighthearted and family-friendly tone. While some fans appreciated its shock value and dark humor, many others found it deeply unsettling and inappropriate, obviously. Despite its controversial nature, Cupcakes has remained a well-known and frequently referenced work within the My Little Pony fandom. Laughing Jack. Laughing Jack is a character originating from creepypasta stories and is known for his eerie appearance and disturbing behavior. He is depicted as an entity or supernatural being who preys on children. In the most common portrayal of Laughing Jack,
Sir, he's a YouTuber.
Jack is described as a tall, thin figure with grotesque features.
Shouldn't have made that joke. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate. Even for me, holy fuck.
Colorful, clown-like attire, complete with large, floppy hat and oversized shoes. Laughing Jack is said to target children, luring them in with promises of fun and laughter before revealing his true, sinister nature. He is known for his sadistic sense of humor and enjoys instilling fear or tormenting his victims. Some stories depict him as an entity that can manipulate reality or possess people, further adding to his terrifying nature.
Okay, but the cosplay of that guy though. I remember... Yeah. Yes. Yes, I'm Gek. What's up? Eric, get out of me, weirdo. Did you see that? Eric was sitting perfectly over my fucking fox roll. Bastard child. You are not My favorite, sir. You're just one of the bunch here. Go sit with Finn. You are overlapping me, Papaga! God damn it. This is my favorite. Look at this. She is beauty. She is grace. She is beautiful. She run on my face. Era's bastard child. True. Technically, I'm a bastard child if it makes you feel better. Am I a bastard child? No, your parents are married when they had you, right? Can't be a bastard if your parents are married.
Eyeless Jack. Eyeless Jack is a well-known character from internet horror stories.
You can be a
particularly
bitch,
within the
though.
creepypasta genre.
I'm
He
the
is
black
depicted
fox
as
of the
a
family.
figure with pale skin.
Toasty little sesame bun. Whoa. You good? You see this guy? Let me grab a tail. Oh, jeez. Look at this Boston. Here you go. You can be with your best friend. There you go, in the middle. No, no, no. Gaki, you could go. Whoop. There we go. Does a little dance and a hop, yippee. No! Finn, he's dead! Oh, no pants! Here you go. What you done gently? Stop laying over me, Boston! Throw him into the abyss. Oh no. Pants is going to attack me. Whee! Aha! Good save. I'm joking. Fuck that bitch. Damn it. No, it's okay. I would let you totally kick my ass. It's okay. I would let you kick my ass. Actually, where is it? I'll see if I can find the stream avatars. Let me find the command list, because there is a way to get like little mini games. And I would like to stop playing the mini games. Like, how about basketball? I want to be on red! Yippee! Gakkus is in red. Pants is on blue. Come on! Pink or red team! Oh, we got Jock. Jock is on the red. No! Yippee! Okay. Insert the angle and shoot your avatar at the basket. Sir, I think it's like... How about... Yippee! 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 Where am I going? Holy fuck. Yippee! Look at them go. Oh! So Diego, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, welcome. We are playing basketball at the moment while I'm doing a little doodle. Oh god, that was too big. My god. Yeah! I figured it out! Yippee! How do you score? Get in the hole. Okay, now it's blue. So, your angle, and then how much thrust behind it. So if you do 90, 90, 90 is straight up. 90 thrust is a lot. So first number is going to be your angle. This is your little angle chart. This is where you throw from. This guy. He throws you. Wait, where's the other... Oh, it's up there. Yeah, I see. Okay, I was like, wait, where the fuck is it? I'm blind. Wait. Thump, thump. Yeah, see? Super close. God damn it. Ah! That is so funny. The way they bonk. They're so cute. That's so funny. Look at them go. Oh, they're so cute. Wait, can I move the thing to make it easier? No, we have to have it from there. Okay. This is really bad. Oh my god. Okay, so let's look at the mini games, right? We've got basketball, battle royale. We have duels, bombs. You can bomb users, typing exclamation point bomb and then the user you want to bomb. Attack, hug, explode. Scale, screensaver. I think scale is only for mods, right? Only mods. Okay, yep. Oh! Oh my god, Pants nearly got it. Oh my god, Pants nearly got it. Oh my god, Pants, you nearly got it. Oh, yay! Good job, Pants! Good job! Oh, fuck, it's there again. Book. Oh, so close. Pants got it again! Yeah. Pants, you're really good at this. Pants, you're really good at this. Congratulations. Oh my god. I'll go first. Let's try. Oh, not enough zoot. Is this gonna make too much zoot? Ooh. Too much zoot. Okay, let's try that. Yippee! Okay. Ah, so close. Ah, so close. No! Ah! Good job, Pants! You're really good at this. Pants coming in fucking clutch. I'll push play so we have music behind us. Alright, let's see.
Instead of his eye sockets are empty, often covered with dark, stitched up scars. According to the stories, Eyeless Jack is a malevolent entity known for stalking and attacking humans, particularly during the night. He is said to target individuals who are alone or vulnerable, often sneaking into their homes or luring them into secluded areas before attacking. One common aspect of Eyeless Jack's modus operandi is the removal of his victims' organs, particularly their
Oh my
kidneys,
god,
which
do you love
according
these
to
guys or what?
sources, this gruesome detail
Like, legitimately,
adds to
these guys are so
sinister,
fucking
creepy
funny.
overall vibe, I guess. The origins of Eyeless Jack vary between different versions of the story.
Oh my
with some
god.
attributing his existence to supernatural or paranormal causes, while others suggest that he is the result of a scientific experimentation
Oh.
gone wrong. Marble Hornets. Marble Hornets is a web series created by Troy Wagner and Joseph Delag that debuted on YouTube in 2009.
Yippee!
It is one of the most well-known
Are you guys having
influential
fun?
entries in the genre of found footage,
Honk.
horror, and creepypastas. The series presents
I'm
itself
gonna
as
go
the
the
discovered
opposite way.
footage of a film student named Jay, who is investigating the disappearance of
Honk.
his friend Alex, who is working on a film project
Dad.
called Marble
Sorry,
Hornets.
Denny.
As Jay delves
distracted
deeper
me.
into
What are you-
Alex's
what's up?
unfinished project,
Sorry,
he
Dennis
then
came over.
discovers
What's up, Dad?
disturbing footage,
Wait.
revealing the presence of
What's
a
up?
mysterious figure
Got some
known
breakfast.
as the Operator
Got some
or
dinner.
Slender Man. So this is
Some
kind of
dinner.
another, you know.
He came
branch
over.
of
He's
the
rubbing
Slender
bum
Man
bum on me.
lore, I guess. The Operator is a
Dinner.
tall, faceless entity dressed in a black suit, very similar to Slender Man, often depicted with elongated limbs and the
doing?
ability to warp reality.
Peeking outside,
As the
alright.
series progresses, Jay's investigation into the origins of Marble Hornets and the identity of the Operator
I'm gonna
becomes
do-
increasingly intertwined with his own safety and his own
Like a
sanity. Marble
wee-
Hornets has played a significant role in popularizing the Slender Man mythos, which originated from internet forums
How about
and
this?
creepypasta stories. And also, let me know down below if you'd like to see a found footage iceberg, because I feel
Fucking
like that
just
would
a
be
yum.
great video. Just let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see that. Backrooms.
So
Backrooms.
funny.
And I know I just asked like 2
Yeah.
seconds ago with
Bunk.
found footage and the Slenderman kind of one with the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm
thing. But
coming,
would you
Dad. Don't
want
rip
to
stuff
maybe
off the
see
fridge.
Backrooms iceberg?
What's another?
Sort of thing.
Do us
or
some
maybe
dinner.
Liminal spaces iceberg in the future.
pulled my
I don't know.
cheap
I'm just kind of
Tuesdays
yapping right now.
poster
But
off
I
my
think
fridge.
these are all kind of good video ideas
Wait.
inside of this iceberg that I'm covering right now.
Do you
with
want some
the
dinner?
creepypastas. So let me know if you'd like to see the
No.
backrooms or found footage iceberg
No.
in the future. All right. Anyways, let's get into the backrooms.
Do you want some
entry.
dinner or not?
The Backrooms is an internet urban
Do you want
legend
dinner?
that gained popularity on
Do you
forums
want some
like
dinner?
4chan.
Alright, hang
and
on.
Reddit.
I gotta get the
It
cat some
describes
dinner. Be right
an
back.
unsettling and seemingly endless network of interconnected, monotonous rooms that exist beyond the confines of normal reality. According to the legend, the Backrooms are a labyrinth series of yellow, musty rooms with worn-out carpeting and fluorescent lighting. They are said to be accessed by glitching out of reality, often described as no-clipping, or clipping through walls in mundane places such as office buildings or schools. Once inside the Backrooms, individuals are faced with an impressive sense of isolation and unease. The rooms stretch on for seemingly forever, with no discernible end in sight. The environment is eerily quiet, save for the buzzing of fluorescent lights and occasional distant hums. The Backrooms are inhabited by strange entities known as the Entities or the Hounds, which are said to roam the endless corridors in search of unsuspecting travelers. These entities are described as humanoid figures with distorted features and are often evoke feelings of dread and terror in those who encounter them. Alright, now on to Tier 3, Kageo. Kageo is a character originating from internet horror fiction, particularly within the creepypasta genre. The name Kageo roughly translates to shadow face in Japanese, reflecting the character's appearance and nature. Kageo is depicted as a tall, slender figure wearing a black suit or cloak, with his most striking feature being his white, featureless mask with empty eye sockets. His hands are often described as abnormally long and claw-like. According to the stories, Kageo is a malevolent entity that preys on humans, particularly those who are alone. He is said to lurk in the shadows, stalking his victims before attacking them with his sharp claws. While the origins of Kageo vary between different versions of the stories, he is often portrayed as a supernatural being or vengeful spirit seeking revenge for past wrongs. Midnight Game. The Midnight Game is a paranormal ritual or urban legend that has gained popularity on the internet. The ritual is said to summon a supernatural entity known as the Midnight Man, who is believed to haunt and torment participants. According to the legend, the midnight game is typically performed at the stroke of midnight in a dark and quiet location, such as a lone house or apartment. Participants must write their names on a piece of paper and prick their finger to draw blood. Then they try to place the paper with their name in front of a closed door and light a candle. The participants knock on the door 22 times, with the final knock occurring exactly at midnight. They then open the door, blow out the candle, and immediately relight it. This is said to invite the Midnight Man into the house. Once the game has begun, participants must move throughout the darkened house, avoiding the Midnight Man, who is believed to be lurking in the shadows. Participants may experience hallucinations, feelings of dread and unease, or encounters with the Midnight Man himself during the game. The goal of the midnight game is to avoid being caught by the Midnight Man until 3:33 a.m., at which point the game ends and participants are considered safe. However, if the Midnight Man catches a participant, they may face various punishments or consequences, as described in the ritual. Mr. Widemouth. Mr. Widemouth is a creepy short story written by a user named PerfectCircle35, originally posted on the Creepypasta wiki. The story revolves around a young boy who encounters a strange creature named Mr. Widemouth while recovering from an illness at his grandmother's house. According to the story, Mr. Widemouth is described as a small, furry creature with a wide mouth filled with sharp teeth. He befriends the boy and begins to engage him in increasingly dangerous and disturbing activities, such as playing near the edge of a steep drop-off or encouraging the boy to swallow dangerous objects. As the boy's interactions with Mr. Widemouth become more frequent, his family becomes concerned about his new behavior and the strange story he tells about the new friend. Eventually, the boy's health begins to deteriorate, and he becomes increasingly isolated from his family and the outside world. The story ends on a scary and chilling note, with the implication that Mr. Widemouth may not be as harmless as he initially seemed, and that the boy's encounters with him may have had dire consequences. The Theater. The Theater is a well-known creepypasta story that gained popularity on the internet. It tells the tale of a mysterious movie theater that only appears to certain individuals, usually those who are lost, lonely, or seeking escape from their troubles. In the story, the protagonist stumbles upon the theater by chance, drawn in by its eerie and captivating allure. Once inside, they discover that the theater is showing a film that seems to reflect their own life, memories, and deepest desires. However, as the protagonist becomes more engrossed in the movie, they realize that the theater holds dark and sinister secrets. The story explores themes of escapism, regret, and the consequences of trying to evade one's problems. Happy Appy. Happy Appy is a creepypasta series that originated on the internet and revolves around a disturbing children's television show of the same name. The story presents Happy Appy as a seemingly innocent and cheerful program that airs on public access channels. However, as the viewers delve deeper into the show, they uncover dark and sinister undertones. In the Happy Appy series, the titular character is depicted as a crudely animated apple puppet with a wide grin and large, unsettling eyes. The episodes of the show are said to feature graphic and disturbing content, including depictions of violence, death, and other disturbing themes. No End House. No End House is a popular creepypasta story that centers around a mysterious and disturbing haunted attraction known as the No End House. The story follows the experience of the protagonist, who hears rumors about the No End House, a place that promises to provide anyone who can make it through all 9 rooms. The protagonist decides to take on the challenge.
Did he say anything weird yet?
No End House, expecting it to be like any other haunted house attraction. However,
you won the game?
Through the rooms, they encounter increasingly
good job.
And surreal experiences. Each room presents a new and terrifying
Let's see, what other
scenario,
games do we have?
with the stakes growing higher with each passing moment. The No End House is described as an otherworldly and weird force that preys on the fears and vulnerabilities of its visitors. The rooms are said to be filled with nightmarish creatures, disturbing imagery, and psychological traps designed to break down the minds of those who dare to enter. As the protagonist delves deeper into the No End House, they begin to question their own sanity and reality. unsure if they will ever escape its clutches. The story builds tension and suspense as the protagonist struggles to navigate the twisted maze of the no-end house and uncover its dark secrets.
Whoa.
The Expressionless. The Expressionless is a chilling creepypasta story that originated on the internet. It tells the tale of a mysterious and terrifying entity known as the Expressionless that
There
appears
she
in
goes.
the hospital in 1972. According to the story, a woman dressed in a blood-soaked white gown arrives at the hospital emergency room with a strange, expressionless mask covering her face.
Nah, it's
Despite her
fine.
gruesome appearance and
I'll
the
wait
fact
till
that
later.
she's holding a blood-soaked baby doll, she exhibits no signs of emotion or pain.
Am I
As
really
hospital
cool,
staff attempt
8-ball?
to treat her, they discover that the woman possesses supernatural abilities and a terrifying aura of menace. She is able to move with supernatural speed and strength, and her presence seems to instill fear, dread, and
Ask your
As
father?
the story unfolds, it becomes clear that the Expressionless is not a
Okay,
mere
what?
demon,
For one,
but
why is
rather
it
an
doubling?
entity,
Second of
creature
all, what
with
the
unknown origins
fuck?
and intentions.
That is so mean!
Mario.
I can't ask my dad, he's a fucking
Mario
box!
is a creepypasta story, and it revolves around a haunted video game cartridge of the classic Nintendo game Super
What
Mario
an
64.
asshole!
In the story, the protagonist discovers a mysterious,
Where is it?
unlabeled
What
cartridge
commands?
of Super Mario 64 at a garage sale, or from another source. Despite its lack of markings,
Hang on.
they decide to play the game out of curiosity.
Where's 8-ball?
However, as they progress through the game,
There it
they
is.
encounter increasingly unsettling and disturbing events inside the Mario world. These events include glitches,
Okay.
distorted graphics, and creepy messages directed at the player from characters within the game. The game seems to take on a life of its own, with the protagonist experiencing feelings of paranoia and dread as they continue to play the game. The story culminates in a chilling climax where the protagonist encounters a distorted, nightmarish version of Mario, who seemingly breaks the fourth wall to communicate
Spendy to
directly
ask
with
his.
the player.
Just Spendy to do his homework says ask
The
your mother.
strangest security tape I've ever seen.
Damn.
The strangest security tape I've ever seen is a creepypasta story.
Also, how
It
did
is
your
presented
thing go,
as a
Finn?
first-person account of a security guard who encounters a disturbing and unexplicable event while
Excuse me.
reviewing security footage. In the story, the security guard is tasked with monitoring security cameras in a building during the night shift. While reviewing footage from one of the cameras, they come across a strange and unsettling scene.
Okay. Couldn't get a drop. Oh, okay. No, that's fair enough.
The footage shows a figure, described as unnaturally tall and thin, moving through the building in an unnatural and jerky manner. The figure's face is obscured, making it difficult to discern any major features. As the security guard continues to watch, they realize that the figure seems to be aware of the camera's presence and begins to interact with it. The figure approaches the camera, staring directly into the lens with an intense and unsettling gaze. The guard becomes increasingly unnerved by the figure's behavior and decides to investigate further. However, as they arrive at the location shown in the footage, there is no trace of any mysterious figure or any evidence of its presence. The story ends on a chilling and scary note.
So is that to get
with
into
the
like
security
a
guard haunted by
summer
the memory
school?
of the strange encounter and unable to explain what they saw on that security tape. Tier 4: SpongeBob Bootleg Episode. If one gazes at the image for an extended period, they'll witness a blink. This particular image was extracted from a fleeting moment in a corrupted bootleg copy of the
I don't want
dark
actual feet.
episode
You know what
from
I'll do? How about
SpongeBob
this?
SquarePants. Apart from this image, the remainder of the footage consists of indecipherable
That's
swirls
good.
of colors, static, or simply black screens. The accompanying audio appears to be a heavily distorted rendition of the original episode's audio, occasionally punctured by loud, droning buzzes. Discovered in December 2004 by a group of 5 teenagers exploring an abandoned mental institution, the bootleg tape's origins remain mysterious. Tragically, 2 of the teenagers have since taken their own lives. One
Oh,
is
of
missing,
course.
another refuses to discuss the tape, and the last hastily surrendered it to paranormal investigators following inquiries about the death and the disappearance of the others. The tape's current location is unknown, and those who stare at the image for prolonged periods often report witnessing SpongeBob's blink. Marina Mordgard Glesgorf. There exists a YouTube video titled Marina Mordgard Glesgorf.
How do you get that name closer to what that name actually is than Scott Alou?
Despite
Bruh.
searching for it, no results appear. On rare occasions when it does surface, though, it's merely a 20-second clip featuring a man staring blankly, then smiling in the final moments, against any indistinct background. However, this snippet is just a fraction of the full video. The complete footage runs for 2 minutes, but YouTube removed it following 153 viewers who mutilated their eyes and sent them to YouTube's headquarters in San Bruno before taking their own lives.
Oh yeah,
The
sure.
method by which they managed to mail their eyes remains a mystery. Furthermore, the cryptic message carved into their forearms remains undeciphered. Periodically, YouTube reposts the initial 20 seconds of the video to deter further investigation, preventing the dissemination of the full version. Only one YouTube employee witnessed the entirety of the video and reportedly became screaming after 45 seconds. He now requires constant sedation and cannot recall what he saw. Witnesses present during his
Then why would he
recall
require
hearing
constant
only a
sedation
drilling
if
noise,
he doesn't remember
too
what he
afraid to
saw?
glance at the screen. The uploader of the video remains
Thanks, Scott.
unidentified,
Thanks.
with the IP address being non-existent. Similarly, the identity of the man in the video remains a mystery. Username 666. Username 666 is a widely circulated internet urban legend surrounding a mysterious YouTube video. According to the legend, searching for username 666 on YouTube yields unsettling results to say the least. The video allegedly features disturbing imagery and eerie audio, with some claiming it to be cursed or actually haunted. In reality, there might be various videos or references to username 666, and there's really hard to find like the original creepypasta video because there's so many copycats of this video.
Of course.
Rap Rat. Have you ever heard of Nightmare? Like many games from the 90s, it came with a VHS tape that synchronized with gameplay.
I had
The
it.
character on the screen
I also had Rap
instructions
Rat.
while you played. Despite my mom buying it, I refused to play due to
I actually have
the
this game,
cat.
by the way.
My brother was disappointed.
My brother
Mom
bought
was
it
losing.
when he was
Rap
like
Rat,
7.
a dingy board game resembling Mousetrap.
Not
but with
my
a creepy
immediate
twist.
brother, like
We
my
set it
oldest
up and
brother.
popped
It was like a
into
game from like the
VHS and began.
90s.
But Rap Rat on the screen was nothing like we expected. Its eerie appearance
He was like
terrified
8
my younger
or
brother,
7 when he
who fled
bought it.
to his room. The video took a disturbing turn, with rapid-fire images of my worst fears. We turned it off quickly, but my nightmare continued haunting me. Years later, we packed up and moved in with my girlfriend. I found Rap Rat again, untouched but covered in dust. Showing it to her only deepened the horror. The video has changed, displaying grotesque scenes that chilled us to the bone. I sought answers, tracing Rap Rat's origins to a dark tale of tragedy in Haiti.
Of
The
course.
doll's creation involved a fatal accident, and a curse allegedly followed those involved. The company shut down soon after, leaving behind a legacy of fear.
Wow.
Warnings circulated about speaking the demon's name and avoiding certain hours. Rap Rat's influence seemed to linger, with eerie occurrences plaguing me and my girlfriend. Despite warnings, curiosity led others to seek out the video, unaware of its dangers. But I knew better, refusing to expose anyone to its sinister power. Rap Rat's presence continued to haunt me, a constant reminder of the terror it brought. Entity 303 is a mysterious figure often associated with the sandbox video game Minecraft. Legends and rumors about Entity 303 circulate in the Minecraft community, with claims ranging from the entity being a rogue hacker to a malevolent entity haunting the game, similar to Herobrine. Stories about Entity 303 typically involve encounters with a hostile figure wreaking havoc within the game world, causing destruction and
Did he just say wrecking havoc?
chaos. Some tales depict it as a powerful antagonist with abilities beyond those of just regular players, capable of manipulating the game environment and attacking unsuspecting players. JVK1166Z.ESP. A few years back, there was a peculiar Morrowind mod that stirred up some attention, known as JVK1166Z.ESP. It didn't surface on major Elder Scrolls platforms, but rather circulated in smaller forums and role-playing communities. It gained notoriety because it appeared to be a virus. Upon attempting to activate the mod, the game would hang up on the loading screen for an hour before crashing, corrupting the Morrowind installation and any associated save files. Its mysterious nature, compounded by its inability to be opened in the construction set, fueled speculation and cautionary warnings. About a year later, someone resurfaced with the mod on a modding forum, claiming to have been messaged by an anonymous sender who promptly deleted their account. This individual suggested playing the mod through DOS box, which somewhat mitigate the issues, albeit with lag and limited functionality. Notably, the main quest NPCs were all deceased upon starting a new game with the mod, setting a foreboding and scary tone. One distinct NPC named Tyrus, found in Ghostgate's temple, introduced unique aspects to the gameplay. His robe, adorned with twinkling stars, and voice dialogue marked departures from typical Morrowind interactions. Tyrus initiated a questline centered around a dungeon referred to as the Citadel, located west of Morrowind. This dungeon, descending through various thematic levels, posed significant challenges to players. Further exploration revealed eerie phenomena, NPCs exhibiting unusual behaviors, a night sky reflecting real constellations, and unsettling encounters with an entity dubbed the Assassin. As gameplay progressed, players reported increasingly disturbing occurrences, leading to an anonymous crescendo. Eventually, one player's descent into madness paralleled the game's escalating surrealism, blurring the lines between reality and virtuality. As the narrative unfolded, the mod's enigmatic nature remained unsolved, leaving a lingering sense of unease among those who dared to delve into its mysteries. Ronald McDonald House. You've probably heard of the Ronald McDonald House charity, which provides housing for families of sick kids in hospitals, but there's another, lesser-known side to it. Hidden in most major cities is a different kind of Ronald McDonald House, elusive and unmarked. I stumbled upon it myself.
Alright. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, chat. I'm gonna fuck off. I want to do some stuff for... well, namely for work. I have to check in on emails and stuff. And also, we have to start movie night. So I'm gonna have to get going so we can do movie night. It's a little early for movie night, but like I'm gonna get going. Thank you so much everybody for coming. Let me see who's online. Who we can raid. Grant said he was online. Let's see. Give me a sec here. I'm gonna close this one. Can we rate sober? I'm not sure. Oh, we can raid sober. Okay. There's only a couple of us, but that's okay. She's currently playing with Lena. And they are playing Emissary here. So that looks really fun. I might go look in this chat for a little bit. Also cute puppy girl. So it's win-win. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna go also set up like movie night and stuff. If you want to watch movie night, make sure to get at least a tier 2 sub. You can pop in anytime. Thank you so much for coming. Bye. Bye. Get your brains out. Thank you very much. Bye.